Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good, but I've been...
I've never understood it. It's been one of my most hated things ever. I think there's during Dan Slott's
That's
run,
criminal.
There's a joke actually during Dan Slott's run where, and I gotta hand it to Dan. It's actually kind of funny where Peter and Felicia are Felicia's getting harangued by the Thieves Guild or something, and Spider-Man is hanging out with her when it happens, and so the Thieves Guild is saying Felicia, you need to do these challenges and blah blah blah. And Spidey's standing there, and the guild leader queen keeps saying Spider-Man, but in the text there's no hyphen.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I know exactly what part you're talking about. He's like, excuse me.
I know, I can hear it. I can hear you saying it. And I'm like, that's a pretty damn good joke.
Yeah, that was a moment where it's like, man, you got it here. You don't always get it, but you got it here.
That's a Peter joke right there. Oh man,
yeah.
Okay, I know we'll get into it, but that just reminds me. That's why you've got to read. We talked about it last week, the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four run, because there are so many of those moments where Pete just says he's Pete, and it's in a for example, during that run is when Black Bolt and the Inhumans come back. Not with not with the MCU stuff, but before that.
It was before that. It was before that because Marvel didn't have the rights to the X-Men films, and so they in their infinite wisdom, this is infinite wisdom mode Marvel Comics, they said, you know what? Screw it. We don't need the X-Men, so we're going to make all the X-Men books absolute dog water, and we're going to push the Inhumans because that's going to be the next big thing.
I love nowadays.
Didn't work.
I love nowadays. They straight up they call that when the X-Men reflect or whatever. It's we had the Uncanny era, which was the 90s, and then we had the Utopia era, and then that is just called the Dark Period. They don't even call it an era. They don't even talk. They just they'll show.
They don't even want to talk about it.
They'll only show that image of Scott, Magneto, and Emma wearing their black suits that very first time when they it's issue 1 when they're oh yeah, we're militants. They'll show that, and then it's the Dark Period, and then they'll just move on. It's pretty. It's so damn funny.
Well, yeah, because that's when. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when Scott was running the kind of not running, but he was on the side. He had the freaking Black Ops hit unit, the X-Force, right, with Wolverine, and you had Laura on there, and you had who else was on that?
Warren was on there. Psylocke was on there.
That's right. Warren was on there.
That was
a lot of the ones that you would kind of expect to be on more of a team like that.
Well, and that run too was really good because they had that really. I know you don't like him, but this is I think one of the better characterizations. But when Deadpool was on the team, and Wolverine's why is he here? I know he's he'll get his hands dirty, but he's annoying. He's in it for money. I don't trust him. But then they get that mission from Scott where they're the Kid Apocalypse is here, and you need to go kill him. And that entire arc is Deadpool being I will not kill a kid. I will never do that. And Wolverine and him butt heads. And then you get this amazing moment where Deadpool quits the team and everybody tells Logan, like, you need to, like, calm down and go get him back. And he's like, why? He was just doing it for money. We've been paying him way more than we need to. I know Emma's been bankrolling him. And then I think Scott or Laura,
according to the chat, you need to be turned up.
Yeah, I boosted it up. We should be better now. Hopefully. Okay. It was the Windows thing again. But yeah, then
stupid ass Windows.
But then Laura's like, go get him. Logan's like, he's just a merc. Emma's paying him, and Laura goes like, he never took a single check. So it was like this really one of those rare humanizing moments for Deadpool, which is good. Not when he's being all super memeified and all that. But the point I was saying to that with the Hickman run is, like, for example, one of my favorite moments is Black Bolt comes back. It's this big, like, oh my God, the Inhumans are here. And that's when we learn that there are, like, other species of Inhumans out there, like the horse ones and, like, the fish ones. And they all are, like, united. And it's very, like, royal court, where they're all different kingdoms, but they all decide, now that Black Bolt's back, like, you're our king. So all the, like, leader women become his queen. So he's got Medusa and 4 other queens. And there's the scene where Sue negotiates it, and then Sue invites the Future Foundation, so Ben, Reed, and Peter up, and they're all talking, and they're like strategizing, like, what does this mean for the Inhumans or whatever. And then I think Reed goes like, well, first of all, we need to discuss, like, the matter of Black Bolt's new wives or whatever. And the Inhuman emissary is like, what? Why does anybody need to discuss this? Is this not like normal? And Peter's like, well, if you would consider a guy wanting 5 wives to be normal. And then nobody, like, all the Inhumans, fucking Black Bolt, Sue, they're just like, you should probably go over there right now. And Pete's like, I'm gonna go over, like, I'm gonna just go do anything else.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. But guys, hello. Welcome. It is Thursday night. We are here with a sort of late edition of Foil Variant. I say
it's like an hour later than usual.
And like, I only say sort of because, like, it wasn't unexpected. This was sort of our plan for today, because as you might have noticed from the stream title or our thumbnail, we're doing things a little bit different here tonight, because while we had a bunch of, actually, yes, we did have a bunch of comics come out this week. I was actually surprised at how much came out.
There were some new number 1s that came out this week.
What? Wait, what? Well, there was that,
or at least like one-shots and
well,
stuff.
there was the Red Hood book, which, rest in peace.
What Red Hood book?
Like, okay, we're not going to get into it.
We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
It's a reprieve. Just a quick. I want to say one thing about why it makes me laugh, and it's not the politicalness of it, but in case you guys didn't see, a brand new Red Hood miniseries started today from a writer named Gretchen Felker Martin, and it, in light of yesterday's events, right? That was yesterday. It's been such a whirlwind.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday afternoon.
Martin came out and mocked the tragedy out in what was that, Utah, right? That's where it was.
It was in Utah.
Yeah. So she mocked that tragedy, instantly got the can from DC. That series is going nowhere. But what makes me laugh even more is that yesterday was literally its release date. Like, it came out,
and
5
got
hours
canceled
later,
within not even 24 hours.
And I don't know if you
that's
saw
remarkable,
this, Andrew, because I dug into it for Bounding, but DC not only canceled it, they're offering full refunds
to shops
for all the, like, so I guess up to this point they only had like 2 and 3, or 1, 2, and 3 up for order.
I think they had only solicited up through 3.
Yeah, I think that's
at least as purchasable from what I was reading into. Yeah.
So for the retailers, they said if you ordered that, we can't give you the money back, but you get full credit, which means, like, you can order some other book for free next month.
Yeah, and it's not like these shops and online retailers aren't going to order other books from DC. So it's like, okay, so that just credits us for the next DC title. All right, whatever, it's a wash.
Which, again, could be good because, you know, if you're smart, you play that into getting one of the variant covers, right? Like the 1 in 50s, and then you just sell that out. Like, it's very smart. But, like, 12 hours, that book is canceled, getting refunds, but not just for 2 and 3, for number 1. So that means everything that, like, for even the sold copies.
Yeah.
Stores were getting
that's
refunds.
unheard of. I've never heard of that happening.
like it is
in the
it's
mainstream.
unheard of. It, like even in the sense of reactions of this caliber, because this is not like, we know people are dumb sometimes, and this is not the first time somebody has said something stupid after
People say stupid things all the time. This was one of those things where like you had to cross a line at a certain level for it to be this big of a deal.
You had to well, you also had to make like multiple like confirmations, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like I'm hanging out with Andrew and blah, and it comes off. It's like I had to pull out my phone, choose to go to my social media profile, type it out, look at it, go yes, and then send another one following up on it. But like, yeah, we've seen this before. People get canned, their work's canceled. But like this level of retailer credit, like this level of, I don't know. It's wild. Obviously, it's one of those moments where everything is sort of up in the air. Everybody's sort of heightened. I don't necessarily feel bad for Gretchen. That was their like situation of their own making. But I laugh more at that just base fact. Like book release.
We also
canceled.
weren't exactly excited for that book.
That book, literally, her pitch for that, like her big public thing to all of us, like, why should I read your book, was, I've never read a Jason Todd story. I didn't care. I didn't want to. DC asked me to write the story, so I'm writing the story.
Which that's like, honestly, that should be a referendum on DC too. It's like, wait, you asked this person who knew literally nothing about the character to write about the character. Do we not do interviews anymore? Do we not do homework?
Well, that's
like,
well, like
if I'm asking anyone, it doesn't matter who the writer is. If I say, you know what, let's just pull a name out. If I, for whatever reason, am able to go to Peter Tomasi or Jeff Johns, right, or James Tynion IV.
Okay,
or whoever.
We get it. You want to go right for Ghost Machine.
I want the Ghost Machine, right? Or Jeremy Adams, right? Like just really, really good. Or Jonathan Hickman, right? If I want to get one of those writers and I want them to write a book for the RIPPAVERSE, right? The likelihood is they have not read our books yet. But that being said, I'd be like, okay, so then I think, based on what I know of your quality of writing and your style of writing, you would probably be a really good fit for this thing. Here's the stuff that I need you to be educated on first.
But like, and then there's another check right there. If you said that, you're like, okay, you, Tynion, you're writing Yaira number 4, right? Like here, I need you to read Yaira number 3, and then you're crossing over with Blue Shift, so I need you to read Rippazine 5. And if Tynion just went, I'm not going to do that, like, I don't care if you think you can write, like, that's not what I hired you for. So, like, what are we... Okay, great. You think you can do, like, a Yaira better? Go make Myra, right? And go make your own character. But, like, I asked you to do this thing. It's like when you go, oh, hi, McDonald's, I'd like a burger. And the dude behind the counter is like, you know what? No. Burgers, everybody wants a burger. I'm going to make you a lasagna. And it's like, that's great. I didn't want a lasagna at all. Like...
That's a hell of a way to put it.
Right? And so I flipped through it just because I was like, what could this possibly even look like? I will admit, the first issue is, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also like...
Most comics often aren't the worst thing in the world. A lot of them end up just being oftentimes kind of and it's like, this is not good, but I have read worse.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it good.
That's what this is, and it very much like, okay, it definitely, how do I put this? It's definitely like bad, but it's bad in a way that like I look at it and I get this feeling of like when like a high school senior has like a creative writing thing and he shows it to you and you're like, it's not great, but I can
workshop that.
Exactly, right? Like I can see where you're going. You're not out of the realm of where we're talking, but I need you to go learn other words than like...
You need more writing practice.
Yeah, exactly. That's
your ideas might be okay, but like your execution tells me you're amateur and need some work.
The like, there's so much dialogue or like internal dialogue in that issue of Jason being like, you know, the weather is so sticky, it makes the skin or like the clothes cling to my skin. And it's like, you're trying to be like a weird noir writer, but you come off so generic. and you're using Jason, and it just comes off as like whiny.
Jason's
and
not the
broody.
character to do that with.
He's really not. Like, she's definitely trying to, or she was trying to write Jason as like, like more honestly, kind of like a Batman Begins Batman, right? Where it's like he's justicey, but he's a little more rough, and he kind of like, don't talk to me, like fine, you don't want my methods, like okay, I'm gonna go do mine. Like he knows he's like not doing it right, but he's still sort of too stubborn, too angry to let it. There's something there, but here's the problem, and this is something I noticed in the book, and it links back to what we were just saying. Because Gretchen didn't read anything, her info is only limited to like what people have told her and what she's seen out in the world. So she knows Batman, and she knows like Jason died and the Joker, and then he came back as Red Hood. This book literally, okay, it's supposed to be taking place right now, like in continuity. This is where Jason is while Wally is fighting his space war with Eclipso, while
don't remind me, please.
I know. While Batman,
I want to give a real quick thing.
Yeah.
And I did this because my shop didn't have the trade. So much to my dismay, I am a completionist when it comes to my Flash trades.
You are.
And so even though we hated the current run with Cy Spurrier, I ordered the most recent trade, which does collect those first, whatever it is, 6 issues with the Eclipso stuff. Yeah, God, man. But I order it from Amazon, new, right? They had a sale on it. And I'm like, okay, so
like if I'm gonna
like 3,
I know I'm gonna buy it, I might as well buy it when it's cheap. Like I'm not gonna be happy, but I'll do it. I get it. Yeah.
I would have rather if my shop had it, and maybe they didn't, I didn't see it, but I usually look pretty thoroughly. I would have paid full price just to help out my shop because I like my shop. I like the guys at my shop. I'd rather support them than support some big mega corpo like Amazon. That being said, they didn't have it that I could find. And so I'm like, all right, let's see what Amazon's doing. So they had it for like $3 or $4 off. Okay, whatever. Like, it's not like that's a make or break deal for me, but sure, if I'm going to do it, may as well. I get it. And it has a massive dent in the spine. I already threw away the packaging. What they sent it in is one of those flimsy little bubble mailers.
They didn't send, I had one earlier, but just like the envelope. They didn't send it in like the,
just in an envelope.
They didn't send it in like a mailer. Or
nope, nothing even remotely like that. And so it is. You probably can't tell from the camera. You probably can't tell from here, but it is bent. Maybe it looks close. There's
damn.
Yeah, that's how bent it is.
That is
because that's up through the spine. So I'm like, okay, so maybe it just got kind of mishandled by the carrier.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I'll grant them that, and I'll do a swap that, they're like, we'll send you a new one next day. Okay, fair, whatever. Because otherwise it's like 5 days to have the refund. And so I'm like, all right, whatever.
But you can get it faster if you get just Amazon credit. It's dumb, I know. I go through it all the
exactly. Yeah, same day Amazon credit. And it's, while on the spine, it might not look as bad, at least not from here. It's still basically bent in half.
You can, now, like, after having seen the other side, you can see now there's a slight curvature on the spine there, and that's not one of those ones, guys, that like flattens out. Like sometimes your book like lays weird and it gets like a fold, but that can press out. That's not happening here.
Once it's in the spine, that's not getting fixed. And it also has a big dent like right in the center of the cover, as though like something sharp had just been like sitting on it. And I'm like, immediately when I opened the package, I was like, nah, refund. Screw it. I'll go next week to my shop and be like, hey, like, am I just blind and you guys have a copy of this out there? Or if you don't, like, could you order me one and toss it in my box?
They're going to be like, oh, we have them. Just, we didn't think anybody would ask for this. So like, we just never set them out.
Well, the book's not selling particularly well.
Oh, is that what they said? Or just, or do you mean the trade or like the Flash in general? Because the
Flash in general right now is not selling
really
particularly well because it doesn't feel like a Flash book. It's too spacey. It's too like weird. Like they're trying to do just too much like extra dimensional stuff.
It's a lot of what we talked about last week with like it feels like one of those storylines where like they're about to reset the universe, so they have 8 months to go, so they can't start a big story, but they can't do anything real wonky. So we're gonna fight bees, right? We're gonna fight bees. We're gonna go to Skitaris, and it's like, great.
And that's cool. Like, you know, Cy Spurrier, he has some good stuff, or at least some interesting ideas in his other Flash arcs that he had pre All In. I'm still salty about like the whole like this is how salty I am about it. I don't even remember Wally and Linda's third kid's name because I don't care.
I used to too. I was the one who would always tell you. I think that's how much we don't care. Like I don't care about it. Like I know he's got like the stupid hat.
He's got the weird. He's got Raiden's hat. Right.
Yeah.
We got Speed Force Raiden here now. Apparently, that's fine. That's not on the nose because it's lightning at all.
I genuinely didn't put that together until you said that right now. That's really.
I didn't until it came out of my mouth.
That's kind of bad.
I'll be honest. I didn't until it just organically came out of my mouth without thinking about it.
Kind of is.
It's stupid because we never got much development from Wally's twins, at least in the current era. Like pre New 52, you know, Mark Waid was exploring a lot of that, and so was Jeff Johns. But like after Rebirth, like we had they were confirmed to be alive. I love how I can always just turn and have something like they get confirmed in Flash Forward to still actually exist, right? And that was a big freaking deal.
And even that was kind of like wonky. Like DC didn't play that straight for a while. They were because Flash Forward is like like all the Flashes are here to help, and then Giant and Irie were there, and it was like, oh, so they have to exist, but the multiverse is messed up, so where are they? And they just were kind of like, look over there. Like, look over there. What? Yeah. Don't ask.
Well, they had no idea how to actually square it up, right? And it was one of those things where it was half baked.
Well, that's how that big moment when like all those Flash like family members come together. There's no they fight for like a page or two, and then they all kind of just like zip, 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 like they snap out of existence, and it's like. Really? You couldn't even give him like the scene in the Flash show when Ezra Miller meets Grant Gustin and they're just like, whoa, like it wasn't even that. It was just gone. Like, oh, you really had no idea. You just wanted that moment. You just wanted that.
Flash Forward felt like a story that needed to be a 12-issue maxi, and they told Scott Lobdell, hey, you got 6 issues to make this work.
You've got 6 issues to make this work, and also here's like a stack of like editorial mandates that you have to do with Wally and Barry. Like you cannot break these. And it's how they were at that time. Like it's really hard to write a story when one Flash is like Barry at that time was doing all of Wally's stuff. Like they were writing him too weirdly young and too weirdly naive and brash like Wally was. So then it was like,
well, that was him throughout most of Rebirth and New 52. Honestly, like they were very clearly trying to be like, well, it was Dan DiDio probably being like, I hate Wally, so we're not doing Wally, but I know that people like Wally, and so we're going to make Barry just a little bit like Wally.
That is 100% what it was. Because look at everything that fell out of that until he came back with or I guess that was DC Rebirth number 0, I guess is what it was called.
The whole thing with where the hell do I have that book? It's down here somewhere. I don't know. What the fluff? It's on one of these 3 shelves. The DC Rebirth one shot, right? Was the whole thing was Wally West is alive and he's coming back. Like that entire one-shot event was that was like one of the most fan servicey things I've ever seen in my life as a comic book fan, because DC knew they had effed up so bad with erasing Wally West and his family and the rest of the Flash family for that matter from existence in their universe. And so they were like, hey, the entire sell for this is honestly, if you're intelligent and a comic book fan, you know that this is the easiest pitch in the world. you're like, hey, Wally West is still alive and he's trying to come back.
Easy. So easy.
Put some top artists on it and call it a day.
There was literally...
And Jeff Johns writing.
the Psy did a story like that, like right before All In started, where like Wally was like bouncing between different bodies, or like he was like going into different flashes throughout history, and it was cool because
no, that was Jeremy Adams.
Was that Adams?
That was still Adams. That was that was
like right before All In, or like right before Psy, because Psy
that was before Psy. So that was in this one. I believe. So this trade's really weird. That's because this like trade
Flash War, isn't it?
Well, this trade, the first arc or the first issues or two are Barry, and then it shifts after what was it? It wasn't Endless Winter, whatever the hell they called that.
No, that's what
it was Endless Winter.
It was Endless Winter. Yeah.
Yeah, it was right after Endless Winter. Then it shifts to Wally being the main Flash, because then I think after that was.
After that
wasn't it Dark Crisis?
That's when I was gonna say that's when the Justice League is dead. Right after that is when all the main 7 were like warped away. I don't. And
that's when they kick it off with Wally saying, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm quitting as the Flash. I'm gonna lose my Speed Force powers," which, by the way, is literally impossible for Wally West.
For him especially,
It's literally impossible. But that being said, that being said, like the story was fun outside of that initial premise, like that first issue, because like you said, he jumps from one body to the next. He ends up going in Jay Garrick's body, which was cool back in World War II. He goes into Bart's up in the future.
And one of the cool things I like about that, which is very much something you can do in comic books, is like every time he jumped back or into somebody else, they had like a prominent artist from that character doing that issue. So like and then they would do the thing, for example, with the Bart issue, it was drawn by Todd Knack, who did Young Justice and Impulse, and he drew Wally as Bart. So like Wally is a big adult with red hair, and he's wearing Bart's like white and red costume. Yeah. But everybody else sees
it as Bart.
And I'm like,
but we see it as Wally, which is like wearing Bart's suit, which is cool.
Like, it's so good. It was so good. And
then there was like when he was in freaking Eobard Dawn's body as well at one point, which was wild. And you even have like that classic old school art going on from the Silver Age. There was like really interesting stuff going on. And the best part, before the best part, the worst part is that there was an issue that was drawn by freaking Scott Collins, and he's awful and should never touch comics ever. He just genuinely sucks. He's got to be. There was like
I feel like he's got to be fast.
He has to be fast, and he's probably cheap.
And that's
he's
not
probably
a knock on
fast
his work. Like we've said this, we don't like his work. It's not it doesn't work for us. It probably does for people.
Yeah.
But like,
there are probably people who are actual genuine fans. Not for me.
No way. Yeah. Like, but I imagine he feels like he has one of those styles where he just he knows it. So he's like, boom, 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 boom. There's your Green Goblin. There's your Trickster. There's your whatever. Like,
he probably knocks out more than a page in a day. Honestly, he's probably knocking out like a page and a half or 2 a day, and he's just that consistent because he's been doing this for so long that people are like, man, we need some stuff. We need it fast, and we need it cheap.
Who are we gonna get? Yeah.
And Scott Collins, they're like, call Scott Collins or email Scott Collins. It's like, cool. Here's 22 pages in a week.
He's like the assassin in like the Canadian woods, right? Like the Lobdell or Collins. I said I was done. I said I wouldn't draw the Spider-Man anymore. But we have a filler issue that we need because we're setting up Secret Crisis 4.
Yeah.
Damn it. Just when I thought I was out. All right, I'll draw that bastard web slinger one more time.
Yeah. But then we get the third retcon to Heroes in Crisis, because this is how determined DC was to try and make us forget that event. Where they're like, oh, it actually wasn't Wally's fault at all. And it wasn't even Eobard Thawne whispering in Wally's ear, even though that was like 6 months before that.
Isn't it it's in the Flash, right? Where it might be the issue you're talking about, where it's like, Wally goes, because he's jumping around and he ends up back at Haven House or whatever.
That's the final spot.
Yeah.
At Sanctuary. That's the final spot.
Sanctuary, that's what it is. Yeah. And then he talks to himself, and it's one of those things where Andrew and I always talk about, like, this is what you can do to emergency get out of comics. It's not great, but it works. But
it's not great writing, but you're like, okay, if fans hated the thing that came before enough, they'll be like, all right, just get us out of here, whatever it is you got to do.
Because they did this thing where, if you guys remember Heroes in Crisis, Wally's murders were basically his powers just like kind of went out of control, and
which has never been a thing.
Which is so dumb. It's not how his powers work. Dumb.
That's not how the Force works. That's not how the Speed Force works. Okay, people.
Yeah, and so he like blew out Speed Force energy, killed like 8 or 12 like various.
He killed like 12 superheroes and villains.
Yeah, like
and then tried to frame it on Harley and Booster Gold, which why he would frame it on like Wally's not the type of person that he's going to try and frame it on anybody. But also one of the people he tries to frame it on as a hero. I'm not a Booster Gold fan, but even I'm like, what the hell?
But also like what made that even weirder is, if you know like Booster lore or even just like DC lore, like Booster is Mr. Time Travel. At all end
that's his
points,
whole thing.
He's the greatest hero. Like that's what his whole tagline is, the greatest hero you've never heard of, because he's always working in secret to save the timeline. So you know, he becomes Wave Rider. He births Rip Hunter. Like that's his son. Like it's all Booster. You're telling me Wally is going to like not have some knowledge or respect for him? Like no, like it was no way.
It was one of the worst possible. In fact, I just last week, or maybe it was even this week, watched a video where somebody was talking about like I think it was like the 5 or the top 10 worst character assassinations in comics, and that was like up there. I want to say it was number 1. I might be misremembering, but for me, it's number 1 certainly. The only one that comes close to it is like One More Day Peter being willing to sacrifice his marriage to Mary Jane. Like, to me, that's a big freaking deal. But what was cool that was done in this is like, hey, Savitar's still around. We hadn't seen him since the freaking Flash and Speed Buggy crossover, in 2018, which was actually a lot of fun.
I still hold those like Looney Tunes DC crossovers.
Those were really good.
Fun.
And that one specifically, I mean, it was all Brett Booth art, right? So I'm naturally like, this is my comic.
Well, like right? there's even I will even give Tom King credit. His Batman Elmer Fudd is interesting for that. Like if you didn't know anything about Tom and you didn't know anything about his style and you were just like, oh, Batman DC crossovers, Looney Tunes DC crossovers, let me read it. You would go, this is great. Like this is what you want from it, because it turns it into this story where Elmer Fudd is like a kind of like a hard-boiled detective who like gives up his badge to go take revenge on like the gangs of his town because they like killed his woman, and you know he finds like Daffy, quote, the Duck Gamboni or whatever, and it's like all these kind of like remixing everybody, and then Batman and him get into like a tussle before realizing like, oh, we're after the same thing. It's pretty good. And
I mean, it's stuff that if Tom King was still the first 2, maybe 3 arcs of DC Rebirth Batman Tom King, you could believe like, okay, this is solid. It might not be the greatest Batman story ever told, but it's solid, right? It's not, like, this is a book that I'm fine with continuing to read. Right,
yeah, or like, because the one shot I was like, I'm fine with, like, I'd recommend this to people. You know, I go, that's a fun read. But something happened. He's not that anymore. We all know that. But
he's not that anymore.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize. Speaking of Tom King, back at Sanctuary, Wally like exploded out, killed a bunch of these heroes, and their retcon, if you guys all remember, was basically like, oh, okay, we're gonna shift them into a time bubble right outside of the explosion, right when it happens, and then we're gonna pull them out of the timeline, and we're gonna throw them into the timeline right now when Wally just went back in time, so they were all dead and they didn't exist, but now they're fine. And it was like, real, like, that was a stretch,
you're starting to stretch my the limits of my believability here. Like,
for like
come on,
DC,
guys.
Like DC, I don't know what we're doing here.
I think it was a matter of desperation there, because they knew that people were genuinely pissed off. That I have never seen such a hard pivot in comic books.
Dude, a hard
because
pivot?
they retconned it 3 times.
That's what I was going to say.
3 times.
Like, a hard pivot and like a continual abandonment of it. right? Like,
Yeah.
there are a lot of storylines we've all talked about a lot where maybe something gets dropped and you forget about it for a while, but then somebody comes in and they're like, oh yeah, crap, like let's, pick that back up. X-Men does that a lot, right?
X-Men does that all the time.
That's the X-Men. Crap, I just totally blanked. What were we talking about before X-Men?
Heroes in Crisis.
Oh yeah, Heroes in Crisis. Yeah, so like people like, pick that back up, and that's when you get those editor boxes that are like, oh yeah, go read Spectacular Spider-Man number 68.
Yeah.
This, like, it feels like they never want to bring it back up. And then when it does get brought back up, they immediately are like, why did we do that? Because like they bring it up and they go here, 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 and then just nothing. Not even like they give you an explanation as to like, this is why it doesn't exist anymore. They just ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute Power is like the most recent one where they, after this issue that Andrew's talking about, where the Flash where Wally saves everybody,
they never whisper anything about Sanctuary or anything related to Heroes in Crisis ever again.
Like Booster and Harley don't even
until
mention,
Absolute
like,
Power.
Remember during Dark Crisis, John like gets the new Justice League and it's got Booster and Harley, and so throughout that event they're like around each other.
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn mention of them both like. Like, it opens with her stabbing the hell out of Booster. Like,
that has to be like straight from editorial saying, do not mention Heroes in Crisis.
Like, just don't. And then with Absolute Power, I will say, I think we said this when it happened, like, if you were going to do this, this was probably the best opportunity to address it.
They're like, hey, look at this. This is a problem, right?
Well, it wasn't even that. Like, they said, okay, I'm Amanda Waller. I need, I'm trying to take down the heroes. Ollie, or like Green Arrow, you're working for me. Go steal all the data from Sanctuary. And he does, and he hands it over. Doesn't play in anymore. Nobody mentions that he has it. It's gone. Like they keep saying like, let's address it, and then they just go, no. Like nah, we can't.
It's like a quick backpedal.
So I don't know if that'll ever get resolved, but that is something that I don't ever want to hear again. Like, I am so okay with them just ignoring it. Like
yeah, we can pretend like that never happened. I'm okay with that.
If the X-Men can have a dark period, then the Flashes can have a dark period.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, I don't remember how we exactly got on that tangent, but obviously tonight, not a lot, or there was stuff that came out this week, but Andrew and I,
nothing that we normally cover for one.
I mean,
for
there
the
was
most part.
Ultimate Incursion, but that wasn't going to be like that. We all know
neither
that
of
was
us
gonna
wanted
be
to cover
painful.
that.
So
neither of us wanted to read it, let alone spend any time of our lives covering it on stream.
So between just our regular lives and our jobs and everything, we decided that tonight, instead of going into comic books, we will hang out with y'all. Obviously, talk whatever comes up, but also play some Marvel Rivals because it's fun. It's comic book related. We both like it. We've got a lot of things to talk about that'll probably pop up off of that. So I don't know. Hang out with us. We're still here. We just don't really have any like specific books to talk about. Like, I don't even have any variant covers that I want to like, ooh, this was so cool. Did you see this? Like,
yeah. I mean, there were a couple of cool ones for the Age of Apocalypse thing.
There was. I was
including
sad. Did you get it?
I got the DeMeo one.
Oh no, I meant the Joe Mads one.
Oh no, my shop didn't have it.
I don't know what. I think shops own. It wasn't listed as a ratio variant, but it
had to have been one though.
Because
he just doesn't do work often enough anymore that they would have just put it as a normal cover.
Right, and because like if you didn't get it, because when I went to the shop, I went right when it opened, was looking down, it wasn't there, and then I saw This is a cool thing, and I'm not mad about this. This is just information. The shopkeepers there, like. If you have a list and you're a regular, they'll sometimes pull books from the shelf before they open that they think you'll like. So like if they know, for example, like I like Peach Momoko stuff, they'll pull a design cover and say like, oh, hey, we have this if you want it. And I'll go, oh, nah, that's cool. And they'll put it back on the shelf or they'll give it to me. When I was standing there, they did that for one of the customers, I guess. He brought the regular Joe Mads Wolverine Age of Apocalypse variant over. And he was like, you want it? And the guy was like, yeah, I guess I'll take it. That was the only one. The only other one was the Virgin one. And that was like
It's the only one?
And I'm like, what? How is that possible? Because again, I know I said I didn't want to do it, but it's Joe Mad's, man. Like, I really can't say no to
If my
Joe Mad's
shop
art.
had the Joe Mad one, and even just the one with the trade dressing was like $15. Joe Mad doesn't do covers often enough that I would have been like, I'll get another Joe Mad cover soon enough, right? I would have been like, this is a light enough week that I can justify the extra dollars on that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm not spending no $50 on a Virgin variant for it. That's not even a foil, that's for sure.
It's and then like for us, you know, it would be worse
spot
because
foil Joe Mad with the adamantium, right, and the stub. Like, if they had spot foiled that, okay, we're having a different conversation.
But also, you know, you and I would have been bothered because, like, if we bought that first Wolverine one, he's doing variants for the rest of like those, or like a couple other of those books. So it's like, do I really have to go get those books? Like, really, we're gonna do that? Also, guys, I don't even know what to really say about that event. That's the big thing that's kicking off this week in Marvel is their new like X-Men of Apocalypse thing. I cracked it open. I'm genuinely lost. I don't know where anything is coming from. Like, it looks like this story is the Age of Apocalypse actually coming over into our timeline, right? Like into our Earth 616 and being like, so the premise is the Age of Apocalypse era discovers that, like, if you guys remember the original story, the entire thing was like, if we end the Age of Apocalypse, everything resets like immediately because this is fake and we'll go right back into Earth 616.
Which isn't how time travel works.
And that's what bugs me, Andrew. That's the entire setup to this. Is Forge goes like, it was a lie. Like, we thought that would happen, but we're still here. And we just like crossed over. And I don't know when it happened. They're like, we just met Xavier from that other timeline. We know he's there. This is wrong. And I'm like, you guys are the X-Men. I'm sorry. Like, how do you not understand how this shit works? Like, Rachel and the Dominions and like, come on, you can't.
And Cable and Hope, all of these time traveling characters that you already know of and are related to.
And the thing, Andrew, is it's not even like, okay, maybe if you wanted to stretch our believability but still make us go like, okay, fine, you could have said it was Sabretooth who said that, right? Like the good Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth, or a Cyclops or something. You don't say Forge. Forge knows everything. Like, that's his thing. He knows.
Forge should know.
He knows how things work. So, like, for him to go like, this is blah, blah, and I'm just like, so what? And then, yeah, the other weird part is that I guess it is a link from the original series. So
I do like that cover.
I have no idea what's going on with that book, man. Yeah, that DeMeo's great. I'm very, very happy DeMeo's been getting a lot more work.
His work is beautiful.
It's been like recent months he's gotten like this big boost. I don't know what his like breakout moment was. I wouldn't even say he had like one specific one.
I don't either. I mean, he's had a ton of work at DC recently with, Batman and Robin.
Right. He was doing Batman and Robin covers, and then like a couple months ago is when he came over to Marvel and started dropping randomly like a bunch of Marvel variants, like Spider-Man, Black Cat, and now he's like doing main covers. He's not even doing like variants anymore. And I'm like, all right, like, you must have caught somebody's attention. You deserve it, absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's
how much of the Imperial event do I have to read before I read this?
Which one are you looking at? Just those 3 issues.
So I do need to read those before I read the Nova one.
Oh, and that's I think so. So I haven't read that Nova one yet, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Those 4 one-shots all take place after issue 3, and they set up everything that's coming like in the future for comics.
Okay, fair enough. Then I'll stick that with my other Imperial issues to just basically do a binge through of the event, because I don't act. Yeah, I don't care about the event beyond the fact that our boy Iban is doing the interiors.
I know.
But when they announced this side issue, this tie-in, I was like, it's Nova. He gets Nova. Like no love.
Well, he's getting a solo too. You know that, right? Like, after like I think in December they're launching a new Nova series, and
specifically Richard Rider?
Yeah, Rich, not Sam, not the core, right? Like Rich specifically, not his brother. Rich Rider.
Did I forget this, or did I just not know?
It probably flew under the radar because nobody has talked about it. Like it's in solicits, but there's been no previews. There's been no marketing for it per se. Like I think they're waiting until
who's on it.
I don't remember here. Let me check that real quick.
Because if it's like a solid creative team, I'll add that to my pull list like right away. Because Nova gets like no love whatsoever.
Oh no! Oh no! Wait a second! Don't tell me that's who it is. Really? You sons of... And I hear you trying to pay rent, even though he doesn't.
Hey! You pay no bills! Call it!
Son of a butt.
Psycho.
Oh man!
I don't like that reaction. Who's on it, man?
You're not gonna like that reaction.
Who's on it, man?
I'm gonna pull up. I'm just gonna get the covers. But where is this full screen browser? This should be. Are we here? Where are we? Where's the browser?
You gonna depress me right now when Nova's getting his first solo in how long?
Let's see. So there is the first cover, Nova Centurion. Drawn by an artist who I don't remember off the top of my head. It's like Alonzo something. He's new. Written by Jed McKay. I did not realize that it would be written by Jed McKay. So that'll be fun to have Richard Rider, Jed McKay. Oh, there it is. Alvaro Lopez. Let's see. What has he worked on?
Why?
He is the artist for Star Wars Ewoks.
What?
I'm not mad at Alvaro for that. That's just solid work. I'm glad for him, but that's just a funny like. What has this guy done before? Ewoks.
Man, hold on.
That's a bummer, man. Hey. Also, yes, you guys might have accidentally heard me play my Sabrina Carpenter in the background. But while Andrew's up, while I have that, I'll say hi to everybody who has joined us. I know we were a little late, but I'm still seeing a lot of you guys. I'm glad to see you. We have Reeves saying my mic was a little lower than Andrew's. Yep, like we said, that was Windows doing its thing. If you guys ever stream or use Windows, like recording software or anything, you'll know that sometimes you'll have it cranked all the way up to 100. And randomly, when you turn your mic back on, it'll flop down to 60 or 70. It's weird. But thanks for letting me know, Reeve. And yes, I am aware that I look really weird without facial hair. I literally just shaved because it was in that weird period where like it was too gross and scruffy. Like it wasn't beardy enough, but it wasn't short enough. So it just looked like crap. So yeah, that sometimes you gotta split the middle. But also, I see what you said, Reeve. Yeah, had to leave work early today since you're feeling awful. Hey man, I'm glad you're at least probably home and at least resting. Feeling like crap of any stripe is never fun. I know that, you know, Andrew and I, we've dealt with our fair share of illnesses and like personal things ever since we started the show. So as long as you're taking care of yourself, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, take care of yourself, bud.
We have Matt now being Sabrina's Espresso instead of Taylor. I don't know, like whatever Taylor variant you used to have. Like,
you know what? I'll take Sabrina Carpenter over Taylor Swift. That's fine.
I like both of them, but I'm glad to see that Matt is constantly opening himself up to new horizons. All right.
I would consider this an upgrade.
I also, like I was saying, that new album is kind of fun. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that. What, you know that joke you and I always make where it's like the most
Sabrina's new album?
Yeah, Sabrina's.
I haven't heard it yet, actually.
It's pretty. I actually like it a lot. But there's that joke you and I make where it's like the most Reddit thing about us is like how much you and I love dogs. The most like basic white girl thing about me is how much I love like Taylor Swift and like Selena Gomez, like female pop music. Like it's, I don't know what, it just like hits for me. Punk is here. Punk says the cover of Fire and Ice. I totally forget what the like subtitle is. Looked very cool, so that's why I bought it. That's really, guys, that's all you got to do for a cover. I will never ever fault anybody for seeing a variant cover or something and going, I want that. I'm gonna buy that. I might fault you if you spend $1 bazillion on it and it's not that great, but I will never.
Yeah.
that's part of the fun of comic books, right? Is you go, look at that cover, like that looks so cool.
Yeah, if you vibe with a cover, you vibe with a cover.
And that's one of the more pure feelings, right? Because I know you hit this a lot too. Because for all you and I love looking at solicits and covers and everything, sometimes you just go into the store and you're like, that cover, like it's clicking with me. Like I've got to get it. Like I don't know what it is. I know for me the most recent one was that Emma one for the Hellfire Gala Vigil or whatever it was, the Rose Besh one.
Oh,
where I was
yeah,
like, do you
yeah.
want this? And you were like, nah, it looks cool, but I'm good without it. And I was like, holding it in my hand, about to put it down, and I'm like,
and you're like, I kind of want this.
I kind of gotta get this. Like I'm kind of in for this. So yeah, as long as you like it, Punk, that's all that matters to us. Subhuman is here, commenting on the Wally West body jumping thing. It's like Quantum Leap. Yeah, hold on. Yes, you're right. Sorry. You are right. I was gonna ask. Did Quantum Leap ever go through time? This is not like a comparison. That's just a separate thought. Like, did they ever do like Quantum Leap goes back in time and changes the past?
I don't honestly remember.
I can't. I know it's not a criticism.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
I know. I think both of us are. I think you and I are just in that like just too young to have like watched it at any point in our like realistic lives. So I don't know, but yes, it's very Quantum Leapy, and it's a really good, what is it, like 2, 3, 4 issues, something like that. Like I really liked it.
Yeah,
but I'm also excited for what we're getting next month. Or we're in September now. We just rolled over, so probably this month's Flash, I think, with Bart coming back, or what is it?
Is it this month that we get that issue where it's
Impulse
Bart
Point,
written by written by Mark Waid?
Yep.
That I'm genuinely
really
looking forward to.
Guys.
I'm more looking forward to that than I have been any issue of the Flash in any iteration over the entirety of this year, because Cy Spurrier's Flash has been an absolute letdown. It's no knock to him as a writer. It's just like, I mean, what he's doing right now, it's not jiving with me.
Remember, to his credit, like he did bow out. He recognized.
Yeah, he was like, I'm tapped.
So that's actually why we're getting Waid. Is he's closing out, or I think he's like more abruptly closing out his current like Eclipso weird arc. It reads kind of like he had a couple, like 3 or 4 more issues, but I think, he recognized, said, I'm out of it. That's why they're bringing in Waid, because they were like, okay, he's size off. We have nobody to do anything. What do we do? And Wade's like, I'm here. Like, keep me away from social media and put me in front of
Please, for the love of God, keep Mark Waid away from social media. Just give him so much work on superheroes that he doesn't have any time to act like an utter psychopath on Twitter or Facebook or wherever.
Machine. That's what you got to do.
Seriously,
put them right next to each other.
Give him the exact same amount of workload comparatively as you're giving Dan Mora and all of his 16 clones, so that he has no time to spurg out on social media, please. Dude, because then we'll just get good superhero comics.
We can go back to the good old days where like we learn their private opinions like 10 years after the fact, and we can all just go, okay, he had that opinion, instead of being like, why did you have to go and make this about yourself or whatever? Like, why did you have to do that? Like,
why are you drawing attention to yourself like this? Please just write superheroes that I love.
Dude, to that point, like, I think one of the reasons we haven't really heard from him lately is, I don't know if you read this or if we talked about it, but with New History of the DC Universe, he actually said, and I'm just going off of him, and I'm actually kind of inclined to trust him, he went back to, like, Detective Comics 1. Like, he started with everything DC, and he read all of it. So I'm like, that's probably better for you as, like, a person in general. Like, Waid does not... None of us really want to, deal with the crap that we have to deal with in society every day. Waid really doesn't seem like he wants to do it. You're a happy old man reading comic books. Like, please go do that. Like,
yeah, just do that, man. That's great. Like, I'm happy for you if that's what you're doing. I would prefer that. I prefer that version of Mark Waid, because that version of Mark Waid writes really, really good superhero comics.
Insanely good. Like, some of the pretty much the best ones we're getting right now probably come from him. It's a weird year, guys. Our best writers right now are Mark Waid and Gail Simone. So,
and Jonathan Hickman.
Well, I mean, that's a constant. He's not been a psychopath in recent. His worst crime is going full Hickman. And And look, as long as Grant Morrison has that one villain, he's fought like Hickman can get away with something.
He's still not full Morrison. Sure, why not?
Also,
Fair enough.
Also, I wanted to show you this. This is the foil variant for that Nova issue, and like, I'm torn. I think this is one I need to see in person. Like, how did you treat it? How is it foiled? Yeah, because like if this is just one of those
I feel
ones
if
that's
it's
like
more,
flat, I'm gonna
if it's more holographic than it is foil, I think that could look really cool with kind of like the cosmic stuff going on there. And even, okay, so actually spot foil it. So the energy that's around Nova here and the energy trail behind him, spot foil that, and then holographic the all of the energy and star and galactic crap that's behind him there. Like that would actually look pretty cool.
Look really cool.
I'm still not sold on Richard Rider with the beard though.
I was just about to say that.
It's really weird for me. It's hard for me to like get used to. And maybe that's because I haven't seen him since Annihilation.
No. He was. Well, okay. Well, technically,
that's the last time I remember.
No, technically,
seeing him.
We saw him just a few months ago with Jean. He was hanging out with Phoenix.
Oh, that's right, in the Phoenix series.
But I will admit that's like I'm being pedantic. Like he just kind of was like, "Hey, Jean, okay, I'll help you in a fight."
It was in there for like 4 pages, yeah, and maybe like 6 panels there.
Yeah. Before that. He must have been out doing something with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's because that's the only area of Marvel that I like can't stand looking at anymore because the MCUification of them is really bad, and it's just like I want nothing to do with any of this. And
they went full MCUification with them, as I understand.
Remember, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys remember this, or if you. I was going to say, do you remember? But I think this might have been during your break, Andrew. But there was, after the first Guardians movie came out, they launched, they did a whole bunch like, okay, that's when Bendis was doing the Guardians, right? When they tried to give Star-Lord his weird like black, yellow, blue, looks like his old suit, but it's new, and it was all terrible. But it was when he was dating Kitty Pryde as well. And there was this scene where...
That's such a weird matchup.
It was weird, but I'll admit, I was like, sell me. Like, let me see what you can do. Like, this is so weird, but maybe that's what the sauce is, but there was no sauce there. It was just Bendis being like, Kitty Pryde is my waifu, I want to throw her into everything. And so, made no sense. But there's a scene where Quill is like under attack, the ship is like getting raided and boarded, he's like at gunpoint, and all of a sudden... Kitty like beams in a hologram because that's how they like talk to each other from Earth, and the ship is like holograms, and it's a hologram of her wearing the peanut butter jelly time banana costume, doing the dance, singing "Ooga Chaka, Ooga 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 Cha," and that distracts them long enough for Star-Lord to like grab his guns and do, and it's like
I want to throw myself off a freaking building.
It was fucking terrible. It was really, really bad. So
I want to throw myself off the highest peak into the deepest void. Just like, learning that. I didn't even know that.
Ever since then, it has been... I can't tell you a good Star-Lord moment. Actually, no. Avenging Spider-Man, or whatever that like quick team-up series they did, I think it was Avenging Spider-Man, but
Avenging Spider-Man was Ultimate Universe, wasn't it?
No, that was
that main
616.
That was 616.
That was the weird one that like started with Superior, right? Like Avenging Spider-Man 1.
Oh yeah.
And then like for 3 or 4 issues he's Superior, and then without really addressing it, like issue 5, it's back to Peter. And
it's back to yep.
And you're like, what?
Yeah,
Nobody's
gonna say are we not going to talk about this?
Yeah. And so it's a very...
Is nobody going to address why he's acting entirely different here?
I mean, they didn't... I still see that scene in my head when, like, Peter tells Captain America to piss off when he's Otto, and everybody just goes, that's weird. Okay, then, Spider-Man. And it's like, go get Emma!
There was that... Yeah, well, that would have been the easiest thing,
Charles,
right?
Or Jean, or just MJ. Go talk to, like, have MJ talk to this Peter for 3 seconds. She's gonna know that's not Peter.
Like, something is wrong here. I've been around long enough. Clearly, this is not Peter.
She did it. She literally did it last issue with Ben. or not last
Yeah.
issue, but like 2 Amazings ago, when she's like,
Yeah.
Aunt May sent me to check on you. Oh, you're clearly not Peter. Like, okay, this is not who
Yeah.
my like love of my life is. Okay, like such a dumb story. But anyway, there's an issue.
Wasn't there that issue with the Mole Man for Avenging Spider-Man?
That's like, yeah, it's like number 2, and it's actually kind of fun because it's
Well,
Otto
wasn't it drawn? Isn't that drawn by
by Mads.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
drawn by Joe Mad.
I think like the first 2 or 3 of those are drawn by Mads, and I know he does the covers for them because they're all great.
yeah.
But yeah, that Mole Man one's great because it's Otto in Peter's body trying to be a hero, but knowing like I hate the Mole Man, just like as a coworker, like that coworker hate, and he's like, I don't want to help you, but I have to help you, but I don't want to help you specifically. Like, it's not even that you're a villain. I just don't like you, Herman. Like, you're just annoying. But there is a good story where it's like the last issue of that book where Star-Lord comes back to Earth because he's like on the hunt for something, and he runs into Spider-Man, and they end up like teaming up, and it's not over. He reads more close to tempered down Chris Pratt Star-Lord, which I think is the most acceptable you can do to me, right? Like, you don't have to make him all battle hardened like John Connor in the future that he used to be, but I don't want him being like super frat boy. Like, he's got to have some level of like, this is serious.
People who didn't read comics didn't realize how different movie like MCU Star-Lord is from the
Really
comics,
different.
like pre-MCU, because he's a completely different character. And I'll be the first to admit, I adore Chris Pratt Star-Lord, but I was also admittedly never a Guardians fan prior. It's the same thing that I've said a million times on the show, like with Thor. I never gave two craps about Thor in his comics. I just didn't. It wasn't for me.
I don't either. Yeah.
And that's, that's perfectly fine. There are people that's their bread and butter. They love Thor in the comics. Cool. God bless you. But he just never jived with me. I didn't care. But the first 2 Chris Hemsworth movies and him in the Avengers movies, I really, really liked him. I was like, he's one of my favorite characters in these movies.
He really was.
But I can intellectually multitask, and I can be like, hey, I'm not a comic book Thor fan, but I love him in the MCU. And I understand why people. Yeah, and I can understand why people who are fans of comic book Thor might not like MCU Thor. Perfectly fine. We can agree to disagree on that. I can say, yeah, that's not the source material at all. But I like just happen to enjoy it. Right?
I mean, that's the argument. You see me make this a lot, like when I talk on Good Mad Ugly, but where Magic the Gathering, a lot of people don't like the crossovers. They're like, get The Walking Dead, get Final Fantasy. Like, this isn't the game. Like, get it out.
Yeah.
I really like that. I admit that. But
because you're a fan of those IPs that they're crossing over with, and they do tend to do the due diligence, at least in terms of the quality.
Exactly. But at the same time, I don't like insert myself into those conversations and go like, I'm a Magic fan on that. Like, I'm the same.
Yeah,
I have the same. It's like, no, I recognize that like I am liking a different version that is.
Yeah.
And that can be okay. Like, the problem becomes when they start going, oh, let's make the comics exactly like the MCU. And now we only have that one version.
Right. I don't need that. Like, I have no desire and never have had any desire to read Thor comics. And so leave the Thor comics the way that Thor comics fans want them.
Right. Exactly.
I'm fine with just watching the few movies that I like. And let the comic fans of Thor have the comics the way that they want them.
And I think that is just, to me, that makes multiverses even better and even more fun if, like, okay, there's movie Thor and we have comic book Thor. If they're not like, imagine, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they will. They already did it in TVA, but like if they do like a proper 616 MCU crossover, it would be cool to see, early Thor 1 Thor in his like more classical regalia, unsure of himself, but still kind of cocky, teaming up with our more like battle hardened Norse god Thor, right? Like, that's cool. I'm not going to get anything out of it if both Thors are fat frat boy Thor, right? Like,
yeah.
Great. That's like, okay, I don't really what?
I don't get
no,
anything
no
out
fun
of that.
here.
Yeah.
No fun here. It's just 2 more of the things we didn't want. So, yeah, I surprisingly, this is one of those cases that I always like raise when people talk about adaptations. I really liked the Guardians before the movies. Like, they were one of my favorite things. Anytime anybody asked me, like, oh, MCU's kicking off, Spencer, who do you want to see get a movie? I would go, well, Spider-Man, obviously, but he's not coming here. It's a Sony thing. And I must have sounded so autistic back in, like, 2008 when I used to have to say that. Everybody understands that now. But, like, to go, like, well, you see, there's a rights issue because... But I would always say, without Spider-Man, I want Captain America, I want Ant-Man, and I want Guardians. And I kind of thought, like, Guardians, that's the out there one. And then we got it. And like you said, it's a radically
we got it actually fairly early on.
Which was...
Though it's a much different take. It's a different team makeup.
But like, the thing that, like, here's where I always talk about, like, adaptations is, yes, it's a different team and some of their personalities are slightly different. But because, like, James Gunn and probably early Kevin Feige at that point were really trying, and they were like, okay, we're translating the Guardians into, like, live action. It works. And I can be more okay with a lot of the little changes they did. And even, like you said, like both of those versions. Yeah. Nowadays, it feels more like when you get a change, it's just to be different. It's just to, you know, oh, you've had men as... Or
it's just because they had no idea what the actual thing was.
It's such a... We're in such a... Oh, man. There's an image now that just leaked of Doom, of Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. That thing looks bad, man. Like,
I haven't seen it.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see. I will see. It should be on Twitter. This should be really fast. And then we'll play some Rivals, guys. But
yeah.
While we do this, hail, Emily. We didn't get to say hi to you proper yet because we were chatting away. But always a pleasure to have you hanging out with us. And then Subhuman also said, I still have those Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes crossovers. They were quite enjoyable.
They were solid.
Those, and then the, like, how do you put this? They did, like, comics of, like they did, like, a Flintstones miniseries, and then they did, like, Scooby Apocalypse. And they were kind of fun. Like, I actually kind of liked them. I was like, huh.
Yeah, that was like 2018, 2019 is when they were doing those?
Sometime, yeah, I want to say sometime before everything went terrible.
Because it was while I was still living in Vancouver, Washington, before I moved out to Texas. Wow. So it was like late 2010s.
Yeah, it's got to be around there.
Yeah, I just remember seeing the cover for the Flash and Speed Buggy one and being like, that's Brett Booth. Yeah, I'm buying that. I'm not even going to crack it open and be like, what is this? I don't care what it is. I'm buying it.
Amanda Connor got one that was like Harley and somebody. And it was...
she... Wasn't it... Oh, God.
I don't want to look it up because I feel like we can get this.
Hold on. I have it. It's in storage. I have that issue.
It's
who God.
Is it? I can see the cover.
Was it Harley and no, it wasn't Harley and Babs.
No. I actually don't think it was that obvious. Like, I think it was like her and... All right, we're gonna have to call because this is gonna like blow our
Let's just look it up because I'm gonna pull my hair out, and I'm actually pretty thankful I still have my hair. So let's not do that.
I typed in Harley Looney Tunes into Google, and of course it gave me. Oh man, here I'll just bring it over to the window because it As any good '90s kid will remember, the like super hardcore Harley Davidson.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's what came up.
That's funny. That's actually funny.
That's who it was. It was the freaking monster. That's Gossamer.
Oh, that's right. Gossamer, the red furry thing. Yeah.
That's why I knew it was like out of sort of left field, but
oh gosh, that's more of a Martian Martin the Martian thing.
Like but
right?
this one is really, really good. Like Amanda Connors is great. Like I love her in general. I'm really sad that they don't really let her control Harley anymore because they kind of like Power Girl
for
and
a
Harley
while,
were hers for like a long time, and they were great.
For a hot minute, she was kind of the gal in charge. when it came to those characters,
now,
and then
like,
they
they just-
completely wrested control of them.
I just realized actually when it
Power
was
Girl's
Andrew,
doing nothing.
no, she's in Justice League Red now. Yay! Like I can't even get excited about that.
Don't care.
I do not care. I just realized what it was. Amanda was on all of this until New 52, when they shunted Power Girl off into Earth 2, and when they put Harley on the Suicide Squad, and they did all that. Like, you are completely right in, like, it was creative control. They're like, Amanda, you're too wacky. We got things we need to do. And now she just does variant covers, which I love. Like, I'm glad she's still getting work, but I miss
her covers are great. Like, she's a fantastic pinup artist. But yeah, like, she, for a while, her art was kind of synonymous and concomitant with Harley Quinn.
And now it's it's the Harley Quinn fartacular. Like, that's literally the only image that pops up into my head now. Like, when I think of Harley Quinn, like, that's what happens.
I forgot that was a thing for just a moment.
I did until yesterday when I was at the store, because I went to look through. I went to go get my cover A of Batman, because remember we didn't get cover A last week for some reason, so I went to pick it up off the shelf.
Oh, that's right. Your shop didn't have cover A last week.
So weird. And like right,
it's already
that,
getting a second printing.
I saw that with a nice Dan Mora cover, and I'm just like, come on, give us that the first time. Like, I want that. But yeah, I remember like looking at, because grab Batman, and then like right under it, because they file it next to the Birds of Prey stuff. So it was like Birds of Prey, Harley, and that there's just like 2 stacks of it. And I'm like, no shit, there's going to be that. Like, I feel like you guys didn't want to order this many. I feel like DC might have said, like, order this many and get a 30% credit for next month or whatever.
Right.
And because the guys in my shop are too locked in. Like, they know their clientele, right? Like,
Exactly. My shop's the same way. And I'll be real. I can't even remember seeing a single issue of that comic at my shop.
Then they were even smarter then, because
So I don't know if that just means that the 2 people that were halfway interested in it bought the 2 copies that they ordered, or if my shop just was like, we're good.
Like, you know what? We'll pay an extra 30 to you next month just to not have to have this.
I have not physically seen a single copy of that comic.
It's there. I will say I haven't seen any variants out there. Like, it got like 9 variants. I've only ever seen cover A. So
how did it get that many variants? That's criminal.
It's the case of like that kid in high school who learns like a funny joke and then just keeps saying it, and no matter what you tell them, they just don't get that the joke isn't that funny anymore, or in the first place. So they just keep saying it, and you could be like, dude, don't say that. And like, you're gonna get people pissed off. Like, your popularity right now, you're gonna blow it. But he'll keep saying it, and he'll keep saying it, and you're just like, all right, man, go ahead and make 9 variant covers for that. Sure, I don't care. Like, I'm glad those artists are getting money. I don't care about any of that.
Yeah, it's like the artists got their money. I'm not buying the book.
Never. But okay, Disney lawyers might assassinate us. Whatever. We're just gonna be playing Rivals anyway. We're advertising for you, jerks. But this is the promo image that is floating around right now of Doom, and it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel doomy.
What cover is this for?
No, this is the movie. This is Robert Downey. This is a like
that just looks like a painted cover variant.
Yeah, I know. And like, not even
there's no green. It looks just like it's gray and black.
It is a green cloak, but it's very, very dark, and it's blending.
It has to be like dark forest green.
It's very
if that's
much doing
green
that.
at all.
And then I think this is what's happening, because it's happening on my end too. There's like this is a promotional poster for a cinema convention, right? Like a big, for the trade show for the industry, where everybody's gonna go, and this is where you like get your licensing deals and your merchandising and all that sort of fun stuff. So this is a big banner ad. It's got like film graphics around it, like film strip graphics, and that is green too. And it's like coming together, and like it's a bad setup. It's not a great
That's an awful piece of art.
It's an awful. Well, that's the thing. I think what we're looking at, Andrew, is one of those typical MCU pieces that are like half like based on a photograph, but then half not. Like a lot of the concept art is. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what we're looking at. Okay, I'll give him this. I do kind of like the gauntlets. That feels very Doomy. Like it's a little overcomplicated.
The gauntlets look fine. Yeah.
Doomy. It's his face it looks like this looks like somebody made a cosplay and they were too focused on like getting the comic accuracy right that they didn't think about how that looks in real life. Because we see this all the time, right, guys? Like somebody will think of like a Thing cosplayer, right? They'll make their head mold and some of them just look like almost like cardboard square and you're like a little more effort. Or they'll, texture it out and they'll get rocks and they'll spray paint it and you'll be like, that's a really good head mold. You looked at what the thing is and then said, what would he actually feel like in real life? And this is just not like, it feels like a cartoon. It honestly feels like Doomcock over Doctor Doom. Like it really does. It's just too like perfectly like square and just comical. I don't know. It is not. Yeah, Subhuman, you've got it pretty down right. He looks like a Power Rangers villain. That is actually pretty accurate. Like
a 90s Power Rangers villain.
Like that
so like we're putting
yeah.
absolute minimal effort into the costuming here just to save a little bit of money.
But like
that's bad.
Back then we would have looked at it, right? And been like, okay, you clearly just took like the costumes from the Romeo and Juliet production from last month and like threw a green cloak over it. But we get it. Budgets are tight on TV for a kid's show that's just starting out in the 90s. We get it. We're looking at multi-million dollars here, everybody. Like, or $1 billion.
We're looking at what we're looking at is a movie that probably needs to make $1 billion in order to break even or turn a profit. Because there's no way that this movie can like with the trend of the MCU, there's no chance of their production budgets going down because that's not where it's trending. We're at a point where they're probably spending an exorbitant. They already were, but they're probably spending so much money.
Yeah,
they probably spent this movie. If it doesn't make $1 billion, it's a loss.
Even just like you and I make that joke a lot, where with all the cameos that they're going to be, you and I always make that joke of like Secret or Doomsday is just going to be everybody being like, "Hi, I'm Spider-Man. Hi, I'm Doctor Strange," and we make that joke. But like, even if they were to do that alone, that stupid reel of just the characters saying hi, $500 million because of the salaries and all of that. So like, I don't know what they're gonna do, man.
Haven't they already confirmed that Spidey isn't even in this movie?
Yep, he's not showing up until Secret Wars with like a bunch of other people too. I think the only ones we know in Doomsday are the Four, the Thunderbolts, and only Sam Wilson. I know they keep saying Sam's Avengers. Who? Literally, who are your Avengers? They're
who? Aren't the Thunderbolts the new Avengers?
Well, I mean, like that's supposed to be the joke, right? Is like the new Avengers, but then Sam is the real Avengers, and they're like filing copyright claims. But
yeah, but with who?
Exactly, like who is your team, Sam? You can't.
Who's on his team?
You can't.
Everybody's dead or gone.
You can't just sit on the name, man. Like, okay, you can.
Because didn't Chris Hemsworth confirm that he's not coming back either? Or am I misremembering that?
We don't know with him yet. His where Chris is at right now is with what was that? Love and Thunder. He's completely out of his Marvel contract. Like his initial 7-film contract, he's done. Nothing's been re-upped yet, but when I know that he pivoted to like focusing on his health and stuff because he actually has a genetic like health issue. I forget exactly what it is. It's related to Alzheimer's. It's something like that. He's put like a lot of emphasis and focus on his family, which like, you know, of course, good on him for prioritizing that. Great on him. Like I respect the hell out of it. Like I even, you know, I know we can say all day that all those final movies he were in were cash grabs and they were awful or whatever, but like Bruce Willis spending the like last moments of lucidity kind of like fleecing these cheap directors and being like, okay, I'll take $300,000 and I'll give it to my family when I'm like,
Yeah.
like, hell, like, go for it, Bruce. Like, I'm kind of like, that's what you should be doing. Like,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
no
like
fault
these
there.
studios are using you. May as well be like, hey, cool. I'll get a quick, multi-hundred of thousands of dollars to be able to put towards my family,
Right.
type of a thing.
But this, like, I don't know, man. One of the, like, so, all right. I have something to say, or like, I have more to talk on this, but I feel like this is also some good talk that we can have while we're also playing and while we're also entertaining everybody. So, guys.
Yeah, pull up Marvel Rivals. Also, shout out to Room of Requirement.
I was just about to say that.
That is an upcoming Harry Potter focused channel. There are a bunch of videos already uploaded and ready to go for premiere. Guys, if you are fans of Harry Potter,
cool.
please check that out. Go and set all those videos that are on the channel currently to like notify you when they go live. I promise you the quality on those is extremely high, and the level of quality in terms of the knowledge of the Harry Potter universe is even higher. So check that out. I actually got to take a leak real quick while you're setting up the game.
For that. I'll set it up. I'm going to tell everybody some more stuff. There's actually, like, I'm going to compliment Room of Requirement in a second as soon as I can find it. Oh, we're not subscribed through Foil Variant. I have to go to, like, my YouTube channel. What a preposterous place. But, check this out, everyone. I know I saw a bunch of them. Okay, I genuinely saw all, like, you guys put up a bunch of, like, premieres, but, if this is not happening, I know I'm subscribed. But there it is. There we go. I found it. Okay. While Andrew is gone, we can jump back over to the browser. Yes, guys, go over to YouTube at Room of Requirement class. The Room of Requirement. You've got Mary. You've got Andrew breaking down a bunch of Harry Potter stuff. If you guys know either of those two, you'll know that this is like, if not for comic books, this is what Andrew would be doing all day, every day. And I mean, come on, Mary is super knowledgeable about this stuff. So like they said, they've got a bunch of stuff coming up, bunch of different topics. The one thing I wanted to point out and shout out is, I know how often this happens. Like, I'm guilty of this as well, right? But how often do a lot of channel type projects try to kick off, get off the ground, and they start out really strong, and then, 2 or 3 uploads, and then there's a big break. And then maybe they come back with a video, and then it just sort of fizzles out, right? It's never really their fault. People get busy. Production's a lot harder than you would think. But as you can see here, Andrew and Mary, they have gone out of their way. They've already got, let me do some quick math. I'm so bad at it. 4, 8, 12, 15 videos, or no, 14. The 15th is their channel trailer, but they've got 14 videos here all ready to go, going throughout the month of February. It's going to, or February. Oh, it's like all these months. So it is, hold on a second. I got to switch out my headphones because they died. But, let me make sure we've got Andrew here. Okay. Yeah, they've got, what is it? It'll be premiering right before Christmas, so Christmas Eve, and then through that they've got weekly videos, it looks, or like every 9 day. I don't know. You know better of the schedule, but what I'm saying is they've got videos ready to go, so you're not going to be looking for a lack of anything. Oh, and let's see. You're not coming through. Why aren't you coming through? That's stupid. Say something.
But I'm here.
Weird.
Can you hear me now? I'm here.
One click. Let's see why this is not helping us out here. Okay, now say something.
Something.
There we go. Now we're good.
Hey, I'm getting an echo of myself, or at least I was. I'm not anymore. Okay.
Yeah, for like 20 minutes we're gonna. I just need to charge my headphones, so I'll be like muting in and out. But you're still coming through. We're all good. But yeah.
Okay, so I'll be getting an echo while we're doing that. Cool, got it.
For like only when I'm talking to you. Otherwise, we'll be totally fine.
I got you. All right, right on. Excellent. But yeah, guys, please check that channel out. It's going to be a top tier Harry Potter lore channel. The quality is right up there with the best of them, in my opinion. And there's some phenomenal Harry Potter channels out there. You got Super Carlin Brothers. You got though they actually cover a lot of Disney and MCU stuff as well. But like they're known for their Harry Potter stuff. You got Harry Potter
because there's nothing else to talk about Harry right now, right? Like those guys have been in business for so long. It's like they got to find something.
Their channel's been around for like a decade or and a half or something like that. They've been doing it for a hot minute. Yeah, for sure. You got Movie Flame and Harry Potter folklore and all these other guys that have been doing it for a really long time. And I would say that the quality of both the content and the production value for Room of Requirement is on par with those for sure. Subhuman is saying volume low.
Yep, I'm trying to find you.
I guess. We're working through it, guys. Bear with us.
Yep. You should be good now. I boosted you way the heck up. So, Sub,
okay.
let us know how he's coming through on your end, because sounds fine to me. But welcome to the awful world of streaming.
Right. Streaming's more of a pain in the butt sometimes than it's worth, but it is fun. And let's do some Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, let's
again to Room of Requirement. Everybody, please go sub to that channel if you're not already, and hit the notification bell for all videos, and then the notify button on all of the currently uploaded videos that are set to premiere.
That's not Ron anymore. Okay, you need to update your graphics. That is not our Ron anymore.
Well, hopefully the HBO reboot will be actual book Ron instead of the joke that they made him in the movies.
I mean, there's a series for you and Mary right there. Just like every time they announce something, be like, all right, our eyes are on you. We're making sure that you don't screw this up.
Please do not screw this up. Sub says I'm still low, apparently.
Still low. Interesting.
How's that, Sub?
Is that any better?
Bear with us with the echo while Mav's headset charges. It just kind of is what it is. You send me
an invite. I will
invite whenever you get a chance.
All right, let's see. All right, so as you guys can see here, we have a cool little dual layout going on. One big, so both of our windows are up, both of our clients. At any time, we can switch between them with one of us as the big main window and one of us as the little one down there. We'll jump around just whenever. Nobody is a specific focus here. I was telling this to Andrew. Look, I'm a healer, all right? Like, I don't get to talk about any skill related things here.
Exclusively play tank.
Well, yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why that could be.
Listen.
Well, as everybody can see here, I wonder why I play healer all the time.
You got Sue Storm there.
With the Emma's. I need Emma to get a swimsuit already. Like, I'm sorry. Like, call me a gooner, call me whatever, but like, she needs it immediately.
She needs that, but I also really genuinely want them, even before they give us her classic, like with the bodice and bustier and the cape and all of that. I actually want her exceptional X-Men one because it's such a great suit, and they just never gave it to us in the book.
A new issue came out this week. She's in one panel.
I saw it.
One panel.
The entire focus is just everywhere it shouldn't be with that book. That book could have been so interesting. I'm so mad.
I'm not the type
I held for as long as I could with that book.
Yeah, okay, remember how, like, so the most recent, so they did the whole, like, Mr. Xenos, Mr. Sinister stupid reveal, right? Like that whole...
Where they gave it away immediately?
Where they gave it away in the solicits that were released the exact same day as that, like, tease issue.
Man.
Like even more fast than Red Hood being canceled, right? Like, that's how fast that was spoiled. It was crazy.
That's funny.
But they did that. They did that storyline, and then the last two issues were pardon me, like oh, Ironheart is here, and last issue it was like Ironheart's here. Oh no, we fought a villain randomly, and now we got blasted like through time. And then in this issue, it was like we got to get Kitty Pryde back to the regular time, or like all of us, and they do, and it ends with like just sort of like hippy dippy, like, oh, we're all great family. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. And then it just ends. And it's like,
that couldn't be more of I just don't care.
well, it actually, it's, I think what happened is what you and I were talking about, where because, okay, Age of Apocalypse, the whole thing is that they're not doing new miniseries. All of those minis are like replacing the books that are out right now. So like,
Right, which is weird.
they've tried it before, and it doesn't always work. Like, didn't they do that with I want to say like they did that with like Dark Crisis or something. Wasn't it some of the Resistance stuff was like that? But
Resistance, I think. So for Dark Knight's Metal Resistance, they did that, I believe.
yeah, so like it's not out there of an idea.
It's unheard of, but
It's very weird.
Do that, you gotta make it worthwhile. Because what if the people that do follow those individual books don't give a crap about the big crossover event, and they just want to keep following the character that they give a crap about?
And that's kind of going to be the problem, because like I know you and I, for example, don't really care about this, and yet all of our books are getting interrupted. Well, I guess we really only care about Ultimate, and that's going to be fine.
That's true.
But it's like it felt like they like it's like Eve Ewing or whatever, right? Like she didn't have enough material for these 2 issues, but they were like, well, we can't have like 2 months randomly of no book and then bring it back for Age of Apocalypse. So it felt like one of those like Flash is fighting a B villain type of things, and it's just, for what end? Who cares?
Oh!
Oh!
Almost got you. You're down. There we go. Oh, shut up, Cap.
Again! Oh, that's what I was gonna say when we were like loading up originally. Okay, because we were talking about the MCU and like money and who's gonna like show up for this one and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we all know Endgame and Infinity War did gangbusters. We don't need to repeat that story. We all know why. It was at the peak of its game.
MCU was at the peak, and they went out on a high note.
So, like, they're clearly, obviously, with the dual Avengers movies, that's what they're trying for again. The weird thing here, though, is, like, because you mentioned that thing about, like, Spider-Man's not in Doomsday. And,
But he's in Secret Wars.
but he's in Secret Wars. And, so, remember with, like, Captain Marvel, like, they were... Wow, she got you and Jeff. Wanda's like kind of messing us all up. Like, I'm actually kind of afraid of her.
Yeah, she just kind of atomized me.
And then there's that stupid Cap there. But like, all that hype, you know, they did Infinity War, and then they did Captain Marvel, and then they did Endgame. And nobody really liked Captain Marvel, but everybody knows like it did $1 billion. Because it was that in-between movie. Like, it had the Infinity War ended with that tease, and then
It's just like you need to watch.
Yeah, you need to.
Otherwise, Endgame's not gonna make any sense. The only thing that made sense was like how happy I was to see Thanos punch her out of the freaking film.
For real, like, just wham! Like that was pretty cool. But a lot of that hype, like I think like a lot of, even though it wasn't great, I think Captain Marvel did a lot in keeping that hype going. Like, you know, oh, okay, we don't have our movie, but this is our next lead-in. It's still Marvel, and it's going to that. There's been nothing, like, did you see Fantastic Four?
I still haven't.
Okay.
The last MCU film I saw.
Oh, Jeff.
How did
avoid that? I was
You-
still inside the circle.
Whoa, you got out. That's crazy.
I was still inside Jeff's freaking pool there. I don't know how I managed to avoid that. That's kind of ridiculous. But the last MCU film I saw was Thunderbolts, which we talked about. I genuinely enjoyed. I really liked that movie. You're muted now for some reason.
Yeah, no, I accidentally didn't unmute. But it's like, I don't think Thunderbolts is like a big revolution. Like, this is the new status quo for the MCU. But like,
Yeah, it was never going to be the game changer. It was going to be one of those things like people who see it are probably mostly going to actually enjoy it because it's actually a good film. But
exactly.
it's not going to draw in a big normal audience.
And it didn't. Like, it underperformed.
Move the needle. Yeah, it underperformed big time.
Well, but like, check this out. This is kind of like to that point. So at the post credits for Thunderbolts is them getting like that emergency transmission of the
And you see the Fantastic Four.
yeah, like the ship warps in.
Yeah.
No follow up, no mention of that at all in First Steps. Like, there is no connective tissue there.
So there's no connective post-credit scene with that.
The post credit scene in that movie is, and I'm sure you don't really care that much. So otherwise, I would.
I don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, I would be good. But I know you don't particularly care. But it is Sue reading, like, she's hanging out at home reading a book to Franklin, and she's like, okay, what do you want to do now? And he's like, I want to read a different one. She's like, okay. And she gets up and she goes and gets the book from the bookshelf. But when she turns around, Franklin is talking to Dr. Doom. But like, you don't, it's like, it's quote, like a figure in a hood. And he's like holding a metal mask in his hand. And then, but he doesn't say anything. Nobody says anything. It's just like, oh, Doom is here. And then that's it. So like, where is the hype? Like, how is anybody supposed to care here? Right. Like, I mean, like, I was going to give Fantastic Four a shot, obviously. Well, I was going to see it because I have to for work, but I was going to be open to it because I was like, Fantastic Four, it's what I'm seeing, I'm liking a lot of. Right? Yeah, and you know what? Galactus is great, and Johnny Storm is actually surprisingly great, even though he's like, it's so funny. Him and Tom Holland are supposed to be like best friends, right? Well, Peter and Johnny, best friends, and they're the younger end of the like Marvel universe. They still play them in the MCU, but they're both like 38, like they're both like 39. It's really distracting. But that movie, it didn't do, I don't know, man. It wasn't what you needed to connect. It didn't keep it going. It didn't tease anything. It didn't even mention like alternate universes. Like not even like a thing where Reed's like, oh, that's something I've been working on. It just nothing. And I'm like,
The movie underperformed pretty hard too.
well, I mean, honestly,
Par for the course for the MCU right now. And I wanted it. It's real. I don't give a crap about the Fantastic Four aside from Johnny Storm. But I wanted the movie to be good and do well. And I've heard mixed things about whether people think it's good or not, but ultimately it didn't do well.
and I think, all right, like in an objective opinion, it is probably one of the more fun MCU movies we've gotten in a long time. Like, everybody, even though we don't like Pedro Pascal, like I run into this a lot where I'm like, I don't like him, but I hate that I have to admit that like he's a good actor. Like he can get into his.
He is a solid actor for sure.
So like, I don't like him as Reed, but
he's oversaturated in roles.
oh, absolutely.
Like I don't need to see you everywhere.
I know, and like,
I feel that way with any actor. It doesn't matter how much I like.
oh no, absolutely same here. But like, I watched it and I was like, I hate that I have to give this to you. That like you are kind of like that Star-Lord conversation we were having. Like, you're not specifically our Reed. You're a different take, but you're close enough that like I can see what you were going with here. Like the whole I remember the like thing they were saying in the marketing was, oh, I don't want your highlight. I don't care about you.
That was rough.
Like, yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised we even got to that first checkpoint.
Me too. We were kind of getting our crap pushed in.
But I like all that pre-marketing was like, oh, our read is like a Howard Hughes type, right? And we were all like, oh, isn't that just what Tony was? Isn't that just what?
That's literally what you were trying to make Tony.
And his dad, remember, Howard.
His dad was literally Howard Hughes.
And like, it wasn't. Remember, Howard had like a starring. He was in Peggy Carter. Like, it wasn't just like he was there for a second. Like, you got to.
I'll be the first to admit, I still haven't seen Agent Carter, and I've been told that it was actually solid.
It is really solid, but I think that's the thing is like it's solid, but it's not enough of like you gotta see this where you would want to watch it independently as a series, and it's now no longer really relevant to the MCU. That like if you watched it, you would enjoy it, but even on my end, I like have hard justification being like, why would I put that on?
It is the same cast for Howard Stark and Peggy, right?
Yeah, it's still both of them.
Was phenomenal as Peggy Carter.
Oh yeah.
And I forget the name of the actor that
It's like
played-
Richard or like Dominic something, I think.
Like he played a great young Howard Stark, though I also really liked the guy that they got for older Howard Stark.
No, it's that actor. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. I like him a lot.
Like he was really, really good.
Was it the same actor through 1 and 2 and 3 as his dad? Because I know
The older version, yes. The only actor change was in First Avenger, to my recollection.
oh like because that's the younger one of him. Okay, so like the one that we see get assassinated in Civil War is the same guy who like leaves that message for Tony, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I like that. that's all I was asking. Like I just wasn't sure if it was the same actor.
He was
I
really good.
I really liked him. Like that speech he gives Tony is really good.
The whole my greatest creation was you. That was like
But then like I love the way to his like acting credit, right? Like I like that it's that quick change from like because like or at least they make it seem like there wasn't a cut, like it was all filmed as one scene. But when Tony, like he's trying to film the video and then Tony's in the way and he's like, get him out, and he gets like frustrated and he has to get like the nurse to like pull him away, and then he gives like the and then he gives the speech. And I'm like, that is perfect. That's you going like, I am industry man, but I realize like I also have this duty. Like I need to. I was like, that fucking rules, man. Like you're so good.
there was really good acting happening there.
But yeah, like Reed, the Pedro Reed, like it works to that extent. Galactus is awesome. Like just purely, they did really like the effects are great there. They also made it practical. Like Ralph Fiennes is or Ralph Ineson. Whatever Ralph, it's some fucking English Ralph. I don't remember who it is anymore. He's in Harry Potter. He's in something. I mean, every British, huh? It must be.
Ralph Fiennes was Voldemort.
I think it's Voldemort. I think that's him. I'm sure somebody in the.
Fantastic in those movies.
Oh yeah, poor. No, he.
Everything that I've seen just a good stand-up guy overall.
Yeah, exactly. But he played. Galactus was great. All of the plot was like fun. It just is like, I honestly think a lot of what sunk it was Superman. I know a lot of people are gonna go, oh, get into the gun discussion of it all, but like, that movie was so solid and such a shot in the arm to like what we've been getting for like years that I think you get that and then you try to go, okay, we're going back right to the MCU. It's like, that's a like I need a like I don't know, man. I just
Super interesting about that is those were two properties competing that hadn't been very good in the silver screen for a long time. Like, well, Fantastic Four had never truly been very good.
the Roger Corman. That's the best one. Like, unironically, guys, that one's kind of a...
And that speaks to like how bad of a position that IP was in terms of live action film, big screen. Superman hadn't been truly good since Christopher Reeve on the big screen. Like you could say Superman Returns has some good moments, and it does.
Well, I was gonna say like,
Because has some really great moments.
I'd say Returns is like, because like, oh, I had it perfectly the way you would phrase it, but it's like you said we haven't had a good Superman since Reeve, and I agree, but I would also go, we like the first 30 minutes of Returns, like that was great, and then after that, no, I'm right there. We haven't had a good Superman, but like 30 minutes in that movie.
Why couldn't you guys keep doing this?
James Marsden gave up Cyclops for that, man. Like, and that alone sunk that entire movie. Like, if I'm sure you know this, but for those of you guys out there who don't, like, it was in the mid, like the X-Men 3 went like through a delayed start production, not bad production, just like getting everybody aligned and all that stuff. By the time it was getting into filming, Marsden got an offer to go be in Superman Returns, and because nothing was moving on X-Men, he kind of went, well, this is 3, we're done here, I don't really think there's going to be anything here, Superman's just launching, I'm going to go, this is probably the better career move. Marvel and I forget who wrote number 3, Bryan Singer maybe?
I'm pretty sure it was still Singer.
I know, the awful human being, but Pulse, please! Oh my god. Of course nobody. Of course nobody.
A lot happening right now.
Oh! I get scared when I see Reed pump up. Even though he's not that scary, but... Like,
For me, like, Emma doesn't do nearly enough damage to 1v1 Reed when he goes all puffed up and everything.
Well, it's bad for Emma and for, like... Well, I'm playing Iron Man right now, because when he's in that mode, he'll just eat everything. Like, so our beams don't do anything.
Yeah. One second.
No worries.
I gotta mute.
Yeah. We'll even do this. We'll, This is why I set things up so well. We will, boom! And then he can just message me on Discord when he wants me to bring him back. Let's see. Mike Calkins says, Superman Returns bangs. Here, let me move this up real quick. Let me move my OBS so I can actually talk to you guys while playing. Superman Returns bangs. I will not hear slander. Look, it's really good for those first 30 minutes when Superman is being super, like, Superman. We all love that, the plane rescue in the baseball field, the bullet shot to the eye. It's all fantastic. That's a Reeve Superman. After that, it kind of loses itself. It kind of does the thing Andrew and I actually talk about a lot with Sophie Campbell's Supergirl series, where it feels like it wants to go like, see, you remember, like, this is the thing from the Reeve movies. Like, you know this. We do. Can we do something with it? I will say, I liked the concept of the end where he lifts the kryptonite, like, landmass into space and he's like dying and nobody knows if he'll be okay. I don't think it was executed right, but I really liked that. Let's see. Oh, that's right, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Ugh, I knew I was gonna die. I want to highlight that from Mike. Yeah, Mike, that is right. Mike says, I think Last Stand was Simon Kinberg and Matthew Vaughn involved on a script story level. You are correct. I don't know. Okay, I can't speak to Matthew Vaughn. I feel like that's right, that he was involved, but I don't know how much. It's Kinberg. I remember that name now because Simon Kinberg, okay, he's such a bad, so he wrote, yeah, okay, Kinberg, I think, all right, while we look for another match, I will hold space to skip, and we'll go back to the screen, and we will hit play. Oh, that was fast. But here, I will look up real quick, X-Men Last Stand, because, like, I know number 2 was actually written by David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake. It's such a weird fact, but it that was. Oh, I hear him. Yes, he's back. I forgot I could, like...
The chat is hearing, like, 4 of me.
4 of you. That is super weird. Okay, let me see if I can fix that.
I wonder if it's pulling my audio from both me and from my sharing screen and from you.
Let's see. It shouldn't be pulling from both of those. So let's see. I'm going to do this. This should be a fix. Oh no, the entire team is waiting on me. I'm letting them down. Let's be a symbiote squirrel girl. Boop, boop, boop.
Squirrel Girl in this game. I hate going up against Squirrel Girl, like, majorly.
No, she's annoying.
She's really good.
She is really, really good. Come on, headphones.
Good to see you in the chat, Mike. By the way.
Let's go.
We apologize, guys, if the audio's all wonky. This is the first time we're trying out this setup. There's going to be some trial and error.
Look at how much progress we've made in life. Like our streams can pop off pretty easily. Like right at the start now. Like I'm proud of us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Why will you not let me? Okay, now it says I have no audio devices here, guys. One sec. That is super, super weird. It's connected. That is really weird.
Looks like.
Okay.
This is down.
Sound should be back there. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna put Andrew. Oh, Andrew is still up front right now. I gotta bring him back on. I didn't undo his thing. There's that beautiful bastard. Okay, I'm gonna go into my bubble, but or into my avatar. I'm still here. I'm just going to reconnect my headphones because they're just not connecting for music. But everybody should be able to hear right now. And if not, we'll use your imagination. Just go pull up the voice clips on YouTube and like replay them like 400 times. Kick butt and eat nuts or whatever her thing is. That's what her little like that is what her. Listen to her when she scores a kill. Listen to what she says.
Kick butt and eat nuts. What?
Stop making me laugh. I can't properly click my damn avatar bubble thing.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on. Nice. We're moving.
We got this.
We got somebody behind us here. What is this? Oh, it's Mantis again. I can handle Mantis.
I mean, everybody can. I don't come across a lot of mantises, honestly.
She doesn't seem like she's particularly good. Either that or just people aren't particularly good with her.
Probably little column A, little column B.
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B. That makes sense to me.
One of my favorite comic book pieces of trivia, actually. Look, this is what happens when we play things that have things to talk about, guys. Did you Where are you?
Oh my god. And then he died afterwards, like Penny. And then
I hate that Squirrel Girl's nuts have to they have to bounce. But because like I just want to like smack. I just wanted to shoot Luna in the face. But okay, so for those of you guys
by the way.
Oh, you do. I do too, but nobody's like. I need them to be close. Yeah, for ours, we need them together. Oh, that's us. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Groot's almost dead. There we go, Groot. Okay, that's one takedown. We have Thor right here is being the problem.
Hawkeye down. Star-Lord. I think it's good. Yes. Oh, you have to have gotten Star-Lord. You have to have gotten Star-Lord with that. Yes.
Star-Lord, which is good because he was going to be the more damage output character here.
I could also, he was getting bold. He was like dashing in, doing his like spread attack and coming out. And I'm like, I don't like that you're that bold. Like, but for those, oh, and we got him. Yes. Who's that? Johnny? Annoying. Yeah, up in the air. It doesn't seem like he's a particularly good one, luckily.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally Johnny gives me a lot more problems, to be honest.
Yeah, quick fun trivia for those who don't know. Mantis was created by Steve Englehart, the writer, for Avengers, for her whole... it's weird. It's very 80s.
Some weird stories behind Mantis because he wound up like, and you were probably about to go into this.
Yep.
He wound up like trying to like push her really hard as like super powerful, and like tried also taking her everywhere he went, and it wound up creating like copyright issues and all sorts of things. Like he was.
Yep. Because
he was really trying to push that character hard.
This is like waifuism to the extreme. Like, we get it, buddy. Like, for Ahsoka.
That's like a micro fraction of what this dude's deal was with.
Because check this out, guys. Mantis's whole thing is that she was born to be this thing called the Celestial Madonna, which is literally like all the Catholic imagery that you're thinking of. It's that, but like cosmic scale. Like, she is supposed to be like the mother of the next like universe, all of that stuff. And her whole thing was like the Avengers need to protect her because everybody wants to kill her. Her storyline ends with her and the swordsman, like the original, like Jean Dunusk or whatever his name is, the French guy, the one that's in the Hawkeye show, actually. He and Mantis end up like, oh, like I love you and I'll protect you. Okay, we're gonna go be celestial parents, and they kind of just like blink out of the universe, right? They're like. Or what? Not they ascend. That's what it is. That's the right terminology. And they're just kind of gone. And everybody goes, all right, next, let's go fight Kang. What happened was at that point, Steve Englehart got a job offer from DC to write Justice League. So he went over to Justice League, and in his first issue of Justice League, introduces straight. They give her a different name, I think, but it's like, it is her entire backstory is the exact same. It's the exact same clothing. She rematerializes with the same like visual effect she did when she left. She hangs out there. Steve has her there for like his like 8 or like 12 issue run. That ends. He gets a job. I want to say it's like Eclipse or It's one of the like random small publishers we got back in the day. He gets a job there. Guess who he introduces in his first issue? So that only lasts for like 3 or 4 issues. Goes away. Mantis just randomly, she reappears in the Guardians of the Galaxy run Andrew and I were talking about from 2008, the Annihilation one. She's just how she reappears is she's on Nowhere, right? Which is like, in the comics, it is kind of how it is in the movies, where it's like this interstellar base out for everybody, like a hub for everybody to meet through. And Richard Rider and Star-Lord are looking for like, we need people to help us go kill Thanos. And she's like at the bar and she's like, okay. And they're like, what? And she's like, I'll help. And they're like, who are you? And I think, who is it? I think Jack Flag is on the team at that point, and he's like, oh, I remember her. We were on the Avengers for like 5 seconds. And then they're like, okay, let's go.
Man, there's some,
I hate you, Star-Lord! I hate you, Star-Lord!
There's some interesting some interesting documentaries specifically regarding Mantis and Steve Englehart. Like, check those out.
Part of me, like, I can't really even like be mad at him. Like, it's ridiculous, but also like, you did it. You pulled it off.
Right. Well, then, here's the thing too. When you're working for larger comic publishers, a lot of times, like,
when you create stuff under them, most of the time it's like, hey, cool, thanks for giving them a cool thing. You don't have much in the way of creators' rights for that
I mean,
thing.
the one I always bring up is Peter David. He created fucking Spider-Man 2099. Across the Spider-Verse did billions. He died destitute, begging for like help with his medical bills because Disney said, "What? We don't care."
Disney didn't give a piss.
It's so bad, but
These publishing companies are.
but if you can't,
Cool, thank you for giving us this cool idea and concept that we can run with in perpetuity, and if we're lucky, don't even have to pay you even a fraction of the
or
royalty for.
that and like so they'll also do at I'm like confusing myself because I'm like getting ahead of the story, but there's also those cases where like if you're somebody particularly prominent and you make a character for them, they can still like use your name to sell that. For example, you know, Neil Gaiman did Sandman, hasn't done a Sandman thing, or like there was a period where it was like 20 years where he hadn't written Sandman, and they always still kept going like Batman meets Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and it's like, really, you assholes? Like, you're gonna use my name for that, and you can't do anything.
And then you wonder why people like Neil Gaiman are so lawsuit happy when it comes to their stuff like what it was with Image and Angela.
Yes, that's where I was that's the exact scenario I was thinking of. That's what I was tripping myself up over, because Angela was made for Spawn by Neil, and then Neil was like, no, that's my character. And it was like a decade-long battle between him and Todd about like, well, you made it for me under this. It's like, but I didn't sign this specific contract. Oh, but you signed this. It was so messy. And it ended with Angela's now, she was a free agent, and now she is at Marvel. Like, Neil sold her to Marvel.
Yeah.
And she's there now, and technically all of her canon is still canon. So don't even ask me how that starts.
One slight copyright and rights and, you know, lawsuits get involved. It's a super messy thing when it comes to like canonicity.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna do my headphones. I'm gonna go off here. We know you. You can chat with everybody, but we did win that one. In particular, I know when I come back on, I want to get back to this because I was talking to Mike about this. But Simon Kinberg, that was who wrote Last Stand. And if you guys don't know why I was building up to this, and then we got distracted by the fight. But I remember that name because he wrote that movie. I think Vaughn had input. It's awful. Like, X-Men Last Stand is terrible.
That movie is bad.
Guess where he got his next attempt at like he stayed a producer in Hollywood, Kinberg, but he didn't get a chance to write again until 2019 with Dark Phoenix. He literally did both attempts at doing Dark Phoenix on the screen, and they're both awful. And they're both awful.
They're both trash. They are literally both the worst entries in their respective universes.
And like the audat, like to me, it's like the audat. Like, you thought you could do this again, like.
And like to do worse than X-Men Apocalypse, which was abysmal.
Ugh.
Like, you somehow did worse.
The most ridiculous part to me about like this is to me what says like this is how ridiculously stupid Apocalypse is when he wakes up, like when Apocalypse wakes up and he goes to like Storm's village and he like saves Storm, and that's actually kind of cool where he like breaks all the walls down at their molecules and like rearranges that. Like, okay, cool.
There's some cool visual moments in that movie.
But then he like immediately from there he does the thing where he so he saves Storm and she's like, what are you gonna do? And then he like walks over to her TV, and then she's like, what are you doing? And he like touches it and he goes, learning. And I'm just like, shut up. Like, what are we doing here? Holy crap. Like,
on top of that, they made him look like freaking slightly more slightly higher budget Ivan Ooze.
no, he was just Ivan Ooze, man. That was really bad. No, Mike. Kinberg also did Phoenix. Like I know that. Like that's he might have also helped on Future Past and Apocalypse, but Kinberg definitely wrote Phoenix all by himself, and it's exactly what you think it would be. Like it's bad. Uh-oh. It disconnected my headphones again. Why are we doing this? All right, that was easier that time though. All right, cool. There's that.
So all that is to say, he does not have a fantastic track record at all.
And it's like, why do you keep giving him work? Why do we keep doing this? Like, it shouldn't be.
How many times are we going to try and fit a square peg into a round hole?
Or at least like use this specific hammer to try to get that like in there, because
this is not working.
Like use any other tool, man. Like any other tool will work, but you're not.
That is ridiculous, man.
Cool. I think we're all back with audio. We're no more echoing. I think we're all good on that end. So
hopefully.
Perfect. Let's get the Marvel Rivals sound back so people can know what's going on. Yay, Krakoa! Oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike says he did do Dark Phoenix. He did some stuff in between. Yeah, he did, and he did Days of Future Past alone. That, that you're right, Mike. Like I'm not saying you're wrong, but that kind of like feels wrong in my mouth. Like Simon Kinberg wrote Days of Future Past by himself, because that movie is actually entertaining.
That movie's actually solid. Like, if you watch it removing knowledge of the comic book Days of Future Past from your mind,
it is like there's no
crossover there. It's nothing like it,
except for like sending somebody back into the past. But that's not even what they did in the story.
Yeah, like it's not the same people. Like the premise is different.
I still don't know why
the movie itself though is solid. I enjoy that movie.
I really like that movie. Like it's probably the most solid of those. Like after First, I really like First Class. Man.
First Class is the best X-Men film.
And it's got none of our guys. Like none of the none of the Uncanny Kids, none of the 05. Like
that's the thing. Yeah, it doesn't have any of the like perfect castings that we think of.
I guess there's some Beast. It had Beast, but like that's your 05 rep, like Beast.
They managed to make it work with just an incredibly well written script and solid castings. You know, McAvoy and Fassbender knocked it out of the park. When I was in college and in doing film school with a buddy of mine, we actually reenacted the chess match.
I was just about to bring that scene. I love that.
We reenacted the chess match scene between Xavier
and
Eric.
You're okay. That scene, that's a good scene too. I was thinking of the very beginning of First Class when Magneto's doing his Nazi hunting and he goes to the bar. That scene,
not that one. That's a great scene.
That is just a cinema. Like that is just like pure good movies.
That's the absolute cinema meme right there.
Like even the like knife grab that he does back with his powers, you could just say like he's got telekinesis and boom, like it's still great. It's still an amazing. It does not need to like specifically be Mags, man. And then Mr. Terrific got like screwed over in that movie, which like nobody has ever given an explanation for that. It's I don't get it. Like none of the screenwriters have ever come out and been like, this is why we thought it would work.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, you better not come out because nobody's going to buy it. I can adapt and evolve to survive anything. Except the very first attack somebody does on me.
Right. Yeah, that was weak right there.
Stupid squirrel girl. One bit about First Class that makes me laugh is Havoc, that kid. He what is that Taylor Swift song? It's the like like she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers.
Oh yeah,
like,
I know what song you're talking about. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the song.
The whole time, if you see that I'm whatever that, it's a good one. But that music video where she's like she keeps writing notes to the boy like across the like in the next house. That's Havoc.
Yeah,
and I'm like. It was weird because I saw Future's
Dreaming about
past.
the day where you wake up and
find that what you've been looking for has been here the whole time. Yeah, that one.
Can't
and
you
like,
see that I'm the
one that understands you? That's what it understands you.
How do I know the words but don't know the name of the freaking song?
No, we do because it's that understands you.
You belong with me.
You belong.
That's what it is.
You're gonna see.
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
it is.
belong with me.
There it is.
Yep. I was like, Andrew, don't we like one more lyric? We have it. Don't.
I just needed to get through the chorus.
But I saw Future Past before I like really got into Taylor Swift, so it was back. I was like watching it, and I went, wait, that's Havoc, and I was like really excited for like a day, but nobody around me cared. Like my parents didn't care, my girlfriend at the time didn't care. I was just like, I don't know. This is like a weirdly specific like for me moment.
Mike in the chat says First Class is my favorite team film of the Fox X-Men era. Yeah, I mean that movie is.
Aren't they all?
Love.
All right, I guess Future Past is like a solo for Logan.
It kind of is. Yeah, that's closer to a solo.
Oh, I guess maybe Mike's talking about like Deadpool as well. Those are
maybe
number one. I would definitely put up in like the rankings. Ew. Everybody on the chat heard that. I don't think you did, but I hate that public chat is always on by default. Like I don't want to hear you. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, First Class is incredible. I love that movie so much. I remember seeing that in theaters and being like, how do I like this movie more than X1 and X2? But I do.
And then like the feeling
because I grew up with those first two.
Right.
Like I was a kid. I was a preteen.
Dude, I rewatched that first X-Men like a couple weeks ago. Like I just threw it on.
Yeah.
It's still really like good. It's still really
it's
damn
so
good.
Fun. It is so fun.
I'm still really mad they cut one of the best like there's a cut scene between Cyclops and Wolverine that if they left it in would have been like perfect defining to like everything they are or whatever.
What was the scene?
It's the scene where right when they're getting like they get word that Magneto is posting up on the Statue of Liberty, so they're getting ready to go fight him. And the cutscene is Logan is looking at all of the uniforms, and he's kind of like, I don't. And Cyclops notices, and he talks to him. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, I've never really like belonged anywhere. This is like, I'm not sure how I'll fit in a team. And obviously more Logan-y, like more gruff or whatever. But and then Scott kind of gives him this whole like a Scott speech where it's like, we're mutants. It's always going to be weird, but like, you know that you're fighting for something like a really good Scott speech. And like, even if this goes like sideways, you'll know that you can come back here. And Logan goes like, all right then. So what do I do? Do I put this on? And no. Yeah, he goes, so do I put this one on? And Cyclops goes, come on, that one's mine. And I'm just like, oh hell yeah. And I'm just like, be like that.
I've never seen that cutscene.
Oh man, I'll pull it up. We'll play it before we leave tonight because that.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen that deleted scene.
It gives so much more context and like flavor to everything that I like get surprised that it got cut.
That's sad.
That also reminds me, I was gonna say like, I do not understand why you had to cut Rogue from Days of Future Past. Like she's in 5 minutes and it's so weird.
I didn't even know she was cut from it. I didn't even know she was supposed to be in it at all.
She was like the catalyst to it actually, I think, like originally. because it was supposed to go like full circle with like the X-Men movies, right? Like because she was the focus of number 1, and then I think she comes back. I think.
Oh,
I
was
think
it?
she
So
sends,
it was
I
still
think she
what's her
sends.
face?
I think she sends Logan back originally. She borrows Kitty's powers because Kitty can't do it, like she's too weak, and then Rogue sends him back.
I'll be honest. If it was still what's her face Rogue, I'm
Anna
good.
Paquin.
Yeah, I don't like what they did with her was more the X-Men Evolution Rogue.
Yeah,
which
okay,
I'm
good.
not down with.
I was gonna say, did we talk about this? Because I remember talking with somebody, and it was you, clearly, where like she's a good like in that first movie. That's a
if
good.
you're trying to do X-Men Evolution Rogue, she fits.
Well, like, but there was that, and then I thought we agreed like in the course of like telling the Rogue story, Anna did great for that Rogue in that period, right when she's like running away, scared, like what is happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
They just never evolve her past that. Like that is who she is.
She stays that way. She's a stagnant character. She doesn't have any arc whatsoever.
She doesn't get like super confident. She doesn't like find herself. There's no.
If she had grown from that like super timid, demure, like kind of, to be honest, wimpy Rogue that she was, and then had a growth arc, a character arc to where she wound up on the other end of it being that badass 90s Southern Belle, brute force, I'm gonna punch down a brick wall because I can and you're on the other side of it and that sucks to be you.
Dude,
if
I still
they
love
had done that would have been perfect.
Simone, the fucking I want this to hurt. I tap into that last bit of binary power. That was
oh my gosh.
I loved that. I was like, I remember both of us were like, oh, binary, holy shit. Like
the fact that of all freaking people on the planet, Gail Simone tapped into the most Rogue that Rogue has been since Claremont was writing her. Still baffles me.
We didn't get to talk. I'm sure we will with the next issue, but like in that last Uncanny X-Men, there's that
because
scene,
not a lot happened in that last one.
It's a lot of just like we all love each other in the good way, that not the like sappy stupid way I was just describing. Like
it wasn't
a
genuine bad issue by any means. It's just there wasn't enough to talk about really.
Yeah, but there's that
we would have
scene,
spent 5 minutes on it and was like okay, let's
that
move
was
on.
cool. Marquez is great, and we probably would have talked about like. I don't want to see Mutina again for like four hours, but
right, we'd have spent more time on that than talking about the events of the actual issue.
But there's an awesome scene where Rogue pulls aside Jitter, and she's like, "We got to talk about your like speech impediment." And Jitter's really scared because she's like, "I know like everybody makes fun of my stutter and or like tells me it's wrong, and I need to get rid of it. I know." And Rogue tells her like, "I know this speech therapist, the one that we saw in like issue 3. She's great. I talked with her. She has like availability."
Like she carried that full circle.
It was full circle, and then, like Jitters asked, she's like, "Do I have to?" And Rogue doesn't. It's not like Rogue was like she had it ready. She knew this was she was always going to offer. She's like, "Only if you want to."
Yeah.
And like that's Rogue, and I was like, "Holy
like it's
crap!" Like
yeah,
she's
well,
so
because
good.
Rogue herself took advantage of it, and she was like, "Hey, this option's here, but I'm not going to push it on you. I'm just going to let you know that you have options available to you."
Where it's like, I'm not saying like this is like you are right or wrong for having your stutter if you want it, but like if you want to get rid of it, here you can know like there's a place to get out
or mitigate it, whatever.
Whatever you want to do with it. So like the fact that Anna Paquin never had one of those sort of scenes where like she blows a kiss to like flirtily taunt her enemies, or like
oh, she's just a wimpy like super. She's more introverted than I am. I can fake being an extrovert for a few hours. Like her Rogue was just like an introverted wimp throughout all of the movies, and that was frustrating to me because one of the things I loved most about the character is just kind of like how extroverted she is. And how just
like
she's unapologetic. It's like, man, even though I am nothing like that, I appreciate that.
that's always.
I don't need to share anything with that to be able to appreciate that.
And that was always like one of the cool things about her being a mutant, right? Because back when it was still a relevant topic and it didn't bore the hell out of us, the whole like everybody hates mutants. Well, here's one that is proud and like confident and like I would say probably before anybody she's had like pride. Like Scott's like, yes, we're mutants, we're proud, but like she's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm a mutant. Like, let's talk about it. Like, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Just a scene too where she's like, I will do this. Like, I will take off the glove, and it's my turn to like wreck you. Like, never.
Yeah, like Rogue had maybe a couple of moments in the 2000s and 2010s. It was like, oh, that's pretty badass. But beyond that, like.
They got
honestly
they got weird with them.
Between Claremont and Gale, by and large, there's a massive gap in both Rogue and Gambit being written properly.
Well, I mean, you know this because I feel like we touched upon it when Uncanny started, but remember like the wedding, like X-Men Gold and that stuff, like when Rogue and Remy got married, like. Yes, you and I like them being together and stuff, but like it was so badly written, and it didn't feel like them. It just
felt like they were doing it to do it, not because they wanted to tell a good story with it. It was like, yeah, we get it. They're gonna get married. That makes all the sense in the world. But like, why are you making the story crap?
And like, because here was one of the big discrepancies. I mean, yes, you are right. The story was crap. I remember one of the big things that bugged me was like, for anybody who doesn't remember, the whole thing was like. For months, they had led up to, like, Kitty Pryde and Colossus are going to get married. Like, this is finally happening.
Yeah, they kept building up them, too, yeah.
And then in that issue...
They threw that out quickly.
Well, no, that's what... They built it up. In the wedding issue, Kitty says she leaves him at the altar. She's like, I got cold feet. Like, I don't think this... Like, we should be getting married yet. And so everybody's gathered, and they're like, what do we do? And so Rogue and Remy... Or I think Rogue is like, why don't we? Like, hey, or something. Or one of them says it. And I'm not necessarily against like their impulsiveness in their romance because they are, you know, they're that Cajun hot. That is not Andrew. That is a different Emma. Holy shit! Oops. I definitely thought that was.
I see them. I see them attacking you right now.
Definitely thought that was you. So I was like standing next to them, and then I saw my health like go down, and I went, what was that?
Got him.
I'll fight for my
man.
until the end.
I don't. Oh crap! Who were we talking about before? Rogue and Gambit
and Kitty and Colossus.
Because, like, yeah, you know, hot Cajun spice in the romance. Like, I got that. But what made it weird was like, to me, they're the kind who like they'll elope and they'll you know have their own private reception, just the two of them. They'll pick a random dive bar and be like, "Let's go, Remy," and like. Okay.
Yeah, they are not the pomp and circumstance type.
That's what kind of bothered me. Is like, okay,
like,
I can
they don't give a crap about that.
Like, I could see them going like, okay, do you want to like use this opportunity to like do like just save, you know, Kitty and Peter from embarrassment, and everybody's here, and like, you know, it works for like, why not? What bothered me was they gave like both of them were like, oh, well, if we're gonna give vows, and they had these like long. Deep speeches, which like I love when people are in love, don't get me wrong. It wasn't their love though. Like that didn't feel right. It was so
it didn't feel organic.
Yeah, it felt like it could have been anybody else. Or more realistically, it felt like it should have been like Scott and Jean. And yeah, it was. So to Andrew's point,
was Jean even alive at that? No, she was alive.
Was she an 05er? I think she no. The real one was back because she had made that awful X-Men Red team.
I was gonna say that was around the X-Men Red time where they freaking all of a sudden retconned Bobby is gay, and like Jean just never sounded like Jean at all in that
Nobody
run.
Sounded like anybody. Like that 05 era, nobody sounds like anybody is supposed to.
That might ostensibly be the worst era of the X-Men, honestly.
For as much as you and I don't like the Scott, Emma, Magneto militant arc, the Dark Period, I'd say it was better than that. I'd still say it was more interesting to read.
I might honestly agree.
More interesting to read. Like
they were like, "Hey, we're gonna try something different." It was like,
And like,
do we have to like this though?
I know, yeah, that was the thing. It's like, okay, we see, but like maybe the coolest thing, and you know, Marvel Rivals knows it, was that whole bit of Emma like retesting her powers frequently. That was cool, but that was mostly just cool because it's like, holy shit, Emma's trying to kill herself at like every moment. Like, what is happening here? Like,
well, that was exploring a character. That was interesting.
And then Scott just got dumb because like he just became One Note, which was like, we're mutant terrorists, yeah. And it's like, whoa.
I feel like the natural evolution of Scott is somewhere genuinely in between, mostly genuinely in between Xavier and Eric, but still leaning more towards Xavier, where you're like, I get where Eric's coming from now, because I've seen the real world, I've experienced it, I know where he's coming from a genuine place. But I think that ultimately Xavier's vision still was the right path, and trying to find the balance between the two.
Magneto's can be as charitable as it wants, but it's still repeating the cycles of like, that's the whole thing,
it's
right?
It's like into violence, right?
Because that's like one of the big things at the end of Claremont's run, when Magneto is like presumed dead on Asteroid M and everything. Scott like talks to Xavier and he's like, did we do the right thing? Like, maybe he had some points, and like, he tells Xavier, like, you know, he saw this happen. He's a Jewish survivor of the Holocaust. Like, maybe. And Xavier gives him sort of that speech, kind of like you and I talk about all the time, where it's like, yes, we get it, but he made the wrong choices. That doesn't give you carte blanche to go, okay, I was wronged. Now I can do it to everybody else.
And said, because of this, I get to do this.
Exactly, which is not. And I think you hit that there really well, where it was like Scott's in between both of them because he's seeing the real world, but he's still like, I think he still is Xavier's son, metaphorically, of course.
That's the thing. Like Xavier was a hyper idealist.
Oh, fucking Penny. Yeah,
hyper idealist. Eric, Magneto, he's far more pragmatic, and he's also very vengeful.
Yes.
I think Scott, in his organic place as a character, is someone who was raised by an idealist, but who saw reality as well and tries to find a balance.
I would say, okay,
I think that's the organic movement of his character.
I agree 100%. I would only say the like discussion point I raise is that where you said like he's trying to find a balance, because like, and let me explain, because it's mostly just in the, like that phrasing, and I think you might be on my same point, because like it's less that Scott is like, oh, I've been told that Xavier has a side and Magneto has a side, and we should, all try to live together. It's less of that and more like, I know Xavier is right on its face, but I've seen the real world, and like, we can't be ignorant about this. Like, we have to be real about what we're talking about, which is like, I thought we'd be on the same side, and
we're tracking.
That brings me to where, we talk all these times where if we could do the Earth's Mightiest Heroes thing and take continuity and make all these like make everything flow and work in a cohesive thing, right? Like, I genuinely think
Marvel would still be on an evolution from 2005, 2006's like the Mighty Avengers like arc, just like an organic growth from that if I was in charge, because that was when they were like, hey, like, if you want to make Carol Danvers the premier Marvel character that isn't Spider-Man, like, that was your route, that was your path,
and I think
that was your way to make it happen in an organic manner. And if you had stuck with that, you could have made it that way for a large number of people. Obviously, Spider-Man is probably going to always be your flagship character, and that's fine, and he should be. But like, if you want to have your character like, this is the leader of the Avengers, outside of Spider-Man, this is our premier character, our like secondary flagship character for all intents and purposes.
Which like
you were on the path to that.
They were doing
like,
well
organically. Like you were doing that without any effort.
Well,
because Brian Reed was just doing the work for you.
Brian.
He was just making Carol Danvers a super dynamic and interesting character.
I always feel weird. Like, I feel like you and I are the only two who ever talk about that run. Like,
and that's because, well, let's be real, that's because people just hear the name Carol Danvers and they automatically think Kelly Sue DeConnick, and they think the Captain Marvel MCU movie. Yeah, Kelly Thompson, even though she actually had a couple of like one-shot issues with Carol that were fine.
We know from right now,
they were fine.
We know from Absolute Wonder Woman and Jeff that like there's a good writer in there. It was just that period was really rough for, as far as like
it was a really bad period.
It was a period of Marvel editorial kind of did the like. All right, how do I put this? In that like late 2000s, early like 2010s, it was this era
Give us
where
a script, but we're telling you what to write.
Well, it was like, yeah, to an extent. How do I, oh, hold on, let me just get out of this melee, because I'm like, I don't know who's fighting here. Oh,
this is a mess right here that I'm in.
I've got you, though, I've got you! No! Oh!
Everybody's right here, holy
That was really
crap.
bad for me, that was really bad.
Everyone was up in my grill.
Yikes. That thing is going kind of bonkers.
Yeah. We're super close. We're so close.
We're right on it. Everybody's staying alive too. Like
we just need to get everybody back on it.
We've got Rocket. Is that a Magneto? Oh no, it's a Thor. Okay.
Buff.
Oh no, our Spider-Man died. We're not gonna get this. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm right there. I'm almost there. Like 5 feet away.
I'm healing Thor.
Oh gosh, there's a lot. I'm dead.
Right. Oh. Yeah, that
everybody
work.
was there at once.
Oh, that wasn't gonna work.
Dang it.
Mike says
everyone was there.
Gale the Goat, Secret Six Forever. Dude, Mike, I love that series. I bring it up all the time. Gail Simone's Secret Six. Like, to me, that was her last good thing before she went off the deep end of this era that Andrew and I are trying to talk about. But
there was a really long period of time where Gale was not writing good comics.
we entered like. And it's okay. So that earlier today, if anybody is in Andrew's Discord, you'll know that in the comic book channel, I shared a crazy like 2-page thing that I had never seen before of a story where Jubilee shows like we know her like fireworks powers, and
Gale has given her actual evolution as a character.
Right. But like that page that you saw earlier was from the Krakoa era, and it's Jubilee. She like is able to like at an atomic level like blow up atoms like if she concentrates, so she pulls a bunch into her and pretty much nukes like the Beyonder. It's pretty nuts. But outside of that moment, like I had never seen this book before, so it happens in a series called Exterminators. I looked it up because somebody said like, oh, this is where the X-Men of Apocalypse story starts, so like that's where you're gonna get caught up. Wasn't there. Don't know what the hell they were talking about. But in that issue, like, okay, that Jubilee moment's great, but then you've got like the battle is all said and done, and Dazzler and Boom Boom and Jubilee are hanging out, and Laura Kinney shows up and she grabs some beers and she goes, "Let's drink, sluts! Like, let's do this!" And it's like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's really weird. And what I was saying is like that was this period in like the late 2000s. Early to mid 2010s where like publishers in the West, like comic book publishers, book publishers, movies, everything, they started realizing like there's a lot of, creators out there who are producing some pretty interesting stuff on the internet. Like, Tumblr, like there are writers on Tumblr, there are writers on Reddit, there are writers everywhere. Like there are artists doing this. Like there's lots of cool people doing things. Let's sort of, make this more of a communal thing, a democratic thing. Let's start, tapping more of these unknown like amateurs, right? And honestly, I don't fault, like, I kind of support that because it helps kind of like with the Rippaverse, right? Like, it gets more
you
people
need
in.
to build up a bench
You do.
of younger writers, because it doesn't matter if like you have all of the greatest writers on the planet for comic books in your stable. Eventually those guys are going to age out, not because they're not capable of writing well, but because they got old, and they probably want to just like spend time with their families in their twilight years, and that's perfectly reasonable, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Like again,
all of these guys that are like legendary writers in comic books, as sad as it is, they're only going to be around so long. So who comes next? Who's gonna pick up the torch?
And honestly,
who is worthy of picking up that torch? You got to raise up those people. Those people need to get experience,
right,
and
exactly.
growth.
And so like I wasn't necessarily against like, oh, let's start looking outwards. Like you know, we don't have to go the art school route, or we don't have to do portfolio like strict reviews. I'm like, yes, that's great. You never know who you're gonna find. Like the Common America guy.
Sometimes you get some diamonds in the rough.
Exactly. So I was like, that's cool. The problem is they kind of didn't put a handle on it. They kind of like they went, oh, it
was just the Wild West.
It was like the Wild West, but so like that was how they approached it. But then the other like element is like at that time we were in that weird part of like girl boss culture, right? Where like everything was just
super blatant.
Everything was blatant. Everything was about like, we're the best. Like girls run the world, and it's like,
and it was like, guys, why are you treating us like we're idiots? Like we know that these female characters are awesome. Why are you trying to force it down our throats? Like there's some, like, the writing was bad. Like all of these characters, like we talk about all the time. We're both huge fans of Storm. We love Rogue. We like Psylocke. We like all sorts of female characters in comics. It's like, why are you trying to oversell us on something that we were already sold on?
Which goes back to that.
You're just like worsening something that was already cool.
Because it's that thing you and I always talk about. Because they didn't need us. They weren't.
Yeah.
There was a period, and I think they've learned their lesson, and they're slowly learning or like turning around. But there was a significant point where I think a lot of these companies kind of took us for granted, and were like, it doesn't matter what we write. Like that Spider-Man fan, he's been a Spider-Man fan for 30 years. Oh, he doesn't like this. He's still gonna buy it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was the comic book chuds. They're either gonna buy it already or we don't need them. Right?
Yeah,
and it's like, what?
Like where did this mentality come from? It was so weird. And like,
it's so odd because the vast majority of my favorite comic book characters are the female characters.
I know, same here. Like,
especially at Marvel.
Outside of like,
especially at Marvel.
Honestly, outside of like the big guys we always talk about, like our Spider-Man, our Wally, our Superman. Those are like my main comic book like
who's my number 2 DC character?
That would be oh my gosh, what is her name? That joke's not gonna work anymore. I was gonna say Yara Flores, but then that didn't. Then that came out in my head as Yaira, and I knew that was wrong. And then I realized that's not who. I wasn't even trying to think of Yaira or Yara. I was trying to think of Trinity, the like new Tom King daughter, who's actually like really dumb. And so that joke just did not work. But
that's a character. If we want to talk about unnecessary characters, like, man, we've had Donna and we've had Cass. Like, can we give them some love? Why are we trying to push this character right now?
And like, you guys all know me. Like I've said before, like I like what Yara can offer. She's original. But I'm with Andrew. It's like you can develop her after everybody else is like on solid ground. You've got Cass.
I think Yara Fleur has a space. But like Trinity especially is what I'm talking about here.
She does not have a space. No.
Wait, you're putting a bunch of focus on her when you have Donna Troy and you have Cassie Sandsmark?
Well, it felt
like... What are we doing here?
Honestly, dude, it felt like a lot of the mentality we were just talking about, where it was like, oh, boys have this, why not girl too? Huh? Is that sex? Because, dude, what do people... Let's walk through me here. Outside of, like, let's say, the big 7, just to be generous, just be very generous. Outside of the big 7, what do you think in recent years has been, like, the number one thing for DC in terms of their comics?
outside the big seven, as in like your main
like
Justice League members.
Yeah, outside of like Superman and like Batman, because those are the guys, you know, they're always gonna market them. They're always gonna be at the top. But there is a specific thing I'm talking about, and I think you know, or you will know, or you do know. Blah blah blah. It's part of the game. But like there's one that is relatively newer that made a presence for itself. Oh, good job. That was a good Emma.
Oh man. There were a few guys that were low on HP, and I was like, "Shit, I've got my ult right now."
I think you got like all of them.
Gosh, we needed that too.
We really did. We were stalling
that
out
allowed
there.
us to move a few feet.
Go away.
Hit me.
Okay.
Hit me.
Because and you're gonna go, oh, of course, but Super Sons.
Oh.
So
now I feel retarded.
So why does Tom King need to make a fucking daughter for Wonder Woman? I gotta get in on that. Everybody loves that Batman and
Super
Superman
Sons was written by freaking Peter J. Tomasi, who is a god among men in terms of comic book writers. So
and not Tom King, and it's just it's just so sad.
And not nihilistic, black-pilled, obnoxious, not fun Tom King, because that is what Tom King comic books have become.
Look, man, like yes, you are completely right, and I wish I could have like that level of vitriol still in my insults, but I just go to like, that guy was a CIA agent who planned the Iraq invasion. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like,
why are we putting this guy in charge of writing characters that are supposed to inspire hope? Right? Like, let's remove my personal feelings about the man entirely.
Right.
Like,
no, like
somebody who has, we'll say on paper, been through what he was tasked to do.
And like, when Andrew says that
doesn't inspire hope.
When Andrew says that, like, Andrew means like Tom King will go. He still does interviews to this day where they're like, "How? Like, what was the CIA like?" And he's like, "Oh, it was crazy, man. Like, we planned the Iraq invasion." Like, he's stoked on it still. He's not like, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, "Oh, it was great," and it's just like, good lord.
It's like, dude, you should not be writing hopeful superheroes.
Like, they gave him Supergirl. What the hell are you doing there, man?
Dude, I'm gonna be real. I think the casting is on point for Supergirl and James Gunn's DCU. I'm really worried about that movie.
I'm worried about that. Okay, I'm worried about that movie. I will admit, and this is probably me being naive, and I'll take my L if it happens, but like, I feel with what we got out of Superman, if they get like, because again, I'm still really shaky on all of this DCU stuff. I really like, it feels like it could go at any second.
Man, I really loved. It feels like it's on super thin ice because
That's what I mean,
I loved the Superman movie. I absolutely loved that movie, but everything else around this new DCU, I'm very, very hesitant or worried about. Because nothing either excites me or it super worries me.
I know. Like, Creature Commandos, that worried the shit out of me. Like, we talked about it. Like, we were like, oh man, if this is what he's putting his first foot forward out, we're screwed. Like, this is bad.
I haven't watched any of the Peacemaker stuff because I genuinely do not give a crap about Peacemaker.
I don't either.
But some of the stuff that I've heard about, like, this next season of Peacemaker, I'm like, I'm really not interested.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's that orgy scene, but also like, I know you haven't seen it, so I'm not like, this isn't my exhaustion's not towards you, but like a lot of people on like, you know, social media were going, oh, gay orgy, oh, this is so disgusting. Oh, but yes, there are naked people, but it's not like it's like a super bad scene. It is nowhere near like hardcore pornographic anything. Like it's the reaction was way over the top.
Probably find something more sexually hardcore in a season of The Witcher.
Oh, yeah, 1000%. So, like, that's just a side complaint. Again, not at you. I will say,
no,
like,
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't.
I said, I just have zero interest in the character.
Oh, no. And that's where I was gonna go for this next part. Is like, I don't either. I'll admit, I know we've talked, like, I'm a little softer on the Suicide Squad than you are, and I totally admit that. I know that I'm in the... Oh, you group! Oh, good. It fell just in time for the squirrels to go. So, like...
Groot's down.
Like, I really liked...
oh, gosh, we might actually get this.
I think we... Oh, I think that's it. There's no... Unless it's
Is there
Johnny.
anybody left?
That Johnny was
down.
it. There's
Did we
no
get
way.
it?
Oh,
We freaking... Oh, my gosh. How did we
I
get
genuinely
that?
cannot believe that.
Oh
So yeah,
my
like
gosh.
I like the Bloodshot Peacemaker rivalry in that movie. Like that was entertaining to me. Like I can't deny that.
No, that was an interesting dynamic. Yeah, I would agree with that.
And like I even like that ending fight between them, like when everything's collapsing and then like Bloodsport hits him with like the bullet that goes through his bullet and it like hits him in the neck. That's all great to me, especially if you were keeping Peacemaker as that villain type of character that he's supposed to be, right? And so I didn't check out the show because I went, okay, like he's cool. I don't really care that much about him. Like, all right, whatever. Everything I saw from that, nothing really interested me. This season, there's, how do I put this? It does feel different because it's in the DCU now. Hey, shut up. I don't want to listen to you. Listen to these undocumented players coming into my chat.
Must be Inhumans.
Must be the Inhumans. Must be one of those Kamala Khan half Inhuman, half mutant type of deals. But this season it feels different, but also like, how do I put this? Like I've seen clips of it, not a lot of it. I will say the production for a show, it's really good. Like I'm very proud of where we've gotten in terms of like superhero seriousness or like studios to say like, okay, yes, we will give you money. Like, let's go for this. There's a scene with the Justice Gang in the first episode of the season, which awesome. Like I just love the Justice Gang. They're fantastic. Well, actually, it's just Hawkgirl, Guy, and then Max Lord, and like it works. I thought that was kind of interesting.
So it's not even Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, no, Mr. Terrific. Oh no, he's totally out of place here. You know that. We all know that would have been weird. But
fair enough.
Yeah, like I don't really care about Peacemaker. I will say, I guess, to our conversation, from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from people, aside from the hysteria over that one scene, this season seems like it's better and more like entertaining just in general, rather than being like shock value, like superhero says fuck. But yeah, I don't really care about it still.
Right. Like, I already saw that without the actual word when I saw any of the movies of Snyder.
Yeah, no, yeah, pretty freaking much.
You know, the shock value stuff, that's basically what the Snyderverse was.
That is exactly everything.
Without
like
actually saying the word.
The neck snap and everything. But, so like, like you said, I feel like this thing's on thin ice at every second, so I don't know where we're gonna get. But I feel like if we get past that movie,
I'm worried, and I want it to be good.
Well, that's what I hate that I have to say this, but I love Superman. I do trust Gunn here, but if you're using that Woman of Tomorrow as your source material, I just automatically don't think it's going to be a good movie. But if we can get past that,
it's hard for me to think that Woman of Tomorrow is going to be a good movie.
I know we will be legitimately shocked, and we'll be honest with you guys. If it's good, we'll be like, hey, we got proven wrong. Wow.
If it's good, it's good. I'll be the first to say, and I'm probably, I will say, in our general sphere, and take that terminology as you will. I would say I'm the biggest Kara Zor-El Supergirl fan in this sphere. If that movie's good, I will tell you it's good. I'll be like, wow, that movie. Is it Aaron
Sparrow who? I feel like there's somebody else who has a big soft spot for her, and I can't remember who it is. It's somebody I feel like we talked to.
I don't know if it's Aaron.
But I know it's... Yeah, you are absolutely, like,
maybe
the top
Aaron.
Spot. Like, there is no doubt.
I love Aaron Sparrow, by the way.
Yeah,
Aaron is a wonderful person.
I love seeing him on the but... Oh, Spider-Man! That's not me as a symbiote. That's him. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
I can do it! Oh, I got back into the room. Woo! This
Nice,
Spider-Man's
nice,
annoying.
nice. I flipped out of the way before I could hit him.
But
yeah,
like,
if that movie is good, I will say, wow, like that movie actually surprised me. I'm not gonna say just because they used Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow as
It's gonna be
part of
bad.
the like building blocks for it, and I see the movie, I won't automatically say this movie is ass because of that alone.
but we will reserve the
the
right
movie
to go.
has to be
We knew
ass
it.
for me
Yeah.
to say it's ass.
And
Yeah,
but that,
if the movie ends up being ass, I'll be like, well, I guess I'm not exactly surprised,
and
right?
then that's like my optimism here is that if we can get past that, even if Woman of Tomorrow is bad, if the DCU can survive past that and get Kara to show up somewhere else, wherever that may be, whether another movie or a show or a team ensemble, I think then we'll be in the clear and we'll start getting more of the Kara you love. But I think it's this like that moment. And really,
yeah.
I think I just had this thought. I think you and I will be able to tell within the first 15 minutes of that movie which way it's going to go, simply because
Yeah, probably.
it really depends on how they handle that initial scene of like Kara in the bar, like in space, right? Like, you know what I'm talking. You read Woman of Tomorrow, like that
Yep.
opening. Where,
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
know we both did. Where, for those who don't remember, that series opens with like some aliens in a bar about to get into a fight, like they're negotiating over a deal, and it goes bad, and all of a sudden a voice pipes up from the back of the bar and is just like, can we not do this today? It's my birthday. I wanted to have fun. And it's Kara by herself. No friends. Crypto is there. And she's getting drunk on her own. And she's like, on her birthday, mind you, I need to, Kara, I came back from the skies and all the DCU showed out on Themyscira for my I guess coming out ceremony is the best way I can put it. No friends. I have no friends. I'm going to go drink alone. And she's like angry and like bitter and like weird. Like it's not her.
Which is so like opposite of the character and specifically the character of Kara that I know and I love from all throughout the 2000s, where it's like she wasn't just female Superman, right?
No,
she wasn't just like a blonde female Clark.
Well, she was
a very different character.
Yeah, she was a very different character. She was a blonde female energy creation from a technological matrix that was attempting to emulate human religiosity and make her an angel.
So that's the Peter David stuff prior to the Jeff Lubb stuff that I'm referring to specifically. But yes, you are correct.
Mike says, I think the journey of Peacemaker is pretty emotionally satisfying for me. A kid stuck in a traumatic childhood, seeking his father's approval, while also yearning to be, better himself and become a hero. And that I see that narrative throughout the that was obviously a big part of the first season. This second season,
I can't speak to that because I didn't watch the first season because I had zero interest in
I
it.
didn't watch it either. I just read things like that. I just know that that's part of the plot. In this one,
that's a decent plot thread to work with, for sure. At least on its face.
There's an interesting plot thread, I would say, actually, in 2, where there in season 1 they introduce sort of as like a gag the superhero closet or supervillain closet that his dad keeps all of his White Dragon gear in is like an interdimensional sort of room. So it's a closet in the house, and you open the door and it's this weird like nexus point, almost like the TVA that can go all across the multiverse. But he doesn't care about that. His dad only created it because it's like infinite space. And he's like, I don't have to clean up anymore. I can just throw shit in here. It doesn't really matter. In this season, Peacemaker has taken it because his dad is dead. And one day while he's in there, he accidentally goes, he's playing with his like pet eagle, and his pet eagle's flying around, and he gets lost. So he goes out looking like through all the junk and all the doors and stuff, and he's looking for him, and he finds him like next to a portal. He picks him up, and as he picks him up, he looks like he's looking through the portal, and he sees his dad, and he's like, what the and he like steps through it for a second, and his dad is like, oh hey son, like I thought you were gonna be out late tonight. This is so great, we can watch the game. And it's Earth 2 where everything is opposite. So his dad isn't a supervillain. He's a loving father who fights alongside Peacemaker as a superhero. So he's like, the big dilemma right now is that our Peacemaker wants that, because he's like, holy shit, like that's the life I wanted, like that's the dad I wanted, but he like inherently knows he shouldn't be doing that, because it's like, that's time, like I'm a different person, I'm not your Peacemaker, da da da. And so he's like battling, and it's really interesting that sort of concept of what Mike is saying, where it's like you can see the trauma where Peacemaker's coming from, but Peacemaker knows, like he knows right from wrong. Actually, like he's a meathead, but he knows right from wrong. So what is he gonna do? So like that, I feel like that could be interesting, but I also, kind of to your point, Mike, Peacemaker feels like a little bit of a weird vehicle to use as this. And I only specifically mean like this gun version, because we introduced him in the Suicide Squad way too, like, he's way too cartoonish, which was the point. But he was, so, well, there are a lot of reasons why I hate that movie, but he was one of them. I did not like him at all. And I didn't hate Peacemaker as a character, but I wasn't a fan of Peacemaker. And that movie was just like, man, if you were trying to sell me on this character as being someone who I was going to get behind with and enjoy, like, this was not the way to do it. Like, I have not been shy about, like, I do not like that movie. I actually hate that movie. I know, yeah.
I will rewatch the director's cut of the 2014 Suicide Squad David Ayer movie, which is a bad movie, 12 times before I watch the gun one again.
That movie actually gets my vote for, like,
and that is like a bad movie.
Like, not just like a bad, like, we've all seen stories or movies that, like, bad effects or bad acting. Like, this all, like, no, that thing, a good movie. All around as a movie product, like, it is not.
It's not good.
Everything about, like, they made every wrong decision.
I'll be the first to admit it's not good.
Like, my favorite way to sell how bad it is, like, when people go, I remember it wasn't that bad, or they go, oh, I've never seen it. The movie opens on a shot of Belle Reve, which is in Louisiana. The top of the screen is all bright, so it's in swampland, and the bottom of the screen is all dark, murky mud, and the top is, like, bright, or, like, gray, because you're looking at the facility. In that second, they flash the name, like, they do the name thing, right? Where they, like, show they'll flash the name real quick of where you are. They don't, it was a trend in the 2010s, thank God we're kind of past it. They flash the name, Belle Reve, in black text on the bottom right of the screen, right on top of the marsh water. And
awful decision making.
Just right there. I'm like, okay, this is not, like, this is, as a movie, you have already just, like, failed to be what you should be.
Yep. There was terrible decision making front to back with that movie. I agree with that. That's the thing. But as much as I agree with that, I know. I dislike Gunn's Suicide Squad that much more.
What? I don't think we've ever talked about, like, what is it that you hate so much? Because, like,
nobody is a likable character. Like, even though they're supposed to be all bad guys, if I'm supposed to be sold on this movie and get behind them, I have to have a reason to get behind the characters. And there's nobody, there's no one that I personally, again, other people's preference is different, but I personally, there's no one that I get behind aside from maybe, like, Rick Flag, and they kill him.
I know. And they kill him after, like, undoing the awful characterization they did.
Yeah, in a stupid freaking way. I hated it.
I'm not against the way he was killed, but I think, like, they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, well, one of the major criticisms that I can understand of the David Ayer Suicide Squad film was that it was like, it just felt like it was the Harley Quinn show. Like, okay, that's a fair criticism. Like,
but she's the best part of it. I gotta give it to Roby. Like, I'm sorry, she's a good Harley.
Yeah, she was wonderful. But it was like, and I didn't even disagree with that. But
I know.
As much as I didn't disagree with that criticism, because I felt like you should be building up more characters than just Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn and Will Smith's Deadshot, because it felt like it was basically just their show, right?
It was.
And they didn't do much with anybody else, though they had some cool moments with their characters. Like I still hold that, like Enchantress's like transformation scene in that boardroom was wicked cool.
Honestly,
like that was really cool to me.
I liked a lot of the visuals of. Oh my god! Emma,
Oh god, I'm gonna have to pop here.
I was throwing my ult,
way.
and then the NA Emma grabbed me in the middle and killed it out. Like, it didn't go off. Like, you son of a bitch, and it went to 0.
I died. Dang it.
Damn. But
that was rough.
As far as Enchantress goes, I like all of her design.
Her
Everything,
visuals were super cool in that movie.
Like, it feels like it was for a different
the
movie.
Whole, like that transformation scene where like her hand,
like hand comes out or whatever, yeah,
and like the hand twists and then she transforms. Like that was really freaking cool.
Because they do that thing too, where it's like, you know what the motion is, like a hand grabbing another hand and pulling them in, but they cut out like certain like 3D-ness of it, or like they just make it feel so unhuman, and you're like, oh, like what? Something was wrong there. What?
Yeah.
I even just saw like a post on Twitter the other day that. The Enchantress is like.
I think I'm by myself here with the whole team.
Did you just win though? Oh no,
no, I think we lost. It was just me and their whole team there.
Damn, I was like, oh shit! If you're still on there, we have a fighting chance.
We had a fighting chance for about half a second.
Because
they all were like, oh, there's only one mofo left.
That's true, Mike. Mike says Harley is amazing in both movies. The reality is that they just strung a loose collection of scenes together and projected it on a screen. I think that he's talking about.
He's probably talking about the
2014.
Yeah. Yeah, but here was the thing. One of the big criticisms from comic book fans, not just general movie fans, because general movie fans, that honestly doesn't matter, because that movie made bank.
It made oh my god.
That 2014 Suicide Squad movie made a shit ton of money.
From
yeah. It was a bad movie, but people saw it and had fun with it. And ultimately, in terms of box office, that's what matters. Even though, for me as a comic book fan, I want more than that. I want a heck of a lot more than that.
No, like that's what I was going to say is...
They were like, hey, we went and saw the movie and had a good time. And it's like, all right, okay. Like, you had a good time at the movie. You spent your money and you had fun. I guess that's actually kind of what matters at the end of the day.
That is kind of what matters, yeah. And like,
was it on a objective, what we would consider film critique standpoint, a good film? No. We could measure it by all of those criteria until we're purple in the face, but then 3 people could watch the movie and it doesn't matter.
And it does not matter, right? I mean, you bring it up all the time with Jurassic Park, right? Like, some of them, I mean, you love them, but you can also admit, like, the more recent ones, like, their quality is getting wacky, but they make bank.
Like, the story's like, yeah, okay. But people continue to go see them, including myself, because I just want to go see a fun dinosaur movie. Like, and that's at the end of the day what people want. People did that with that first Suicide Squad movie, even though it was a bad movie. I like it better than Guns, but it's not a good movie. But people had fun with it. And at the end of the day, movies are a normie medium for the most part. And so if you are looking for a box office return, you are looking for a normie audience. You are looking for an audience that just wants to go watch a movie and have a good time and spread the word to their friends and family that they had a good time with it, and therefore perpetuate a good box office response. That's what you're going for. James Gunn's Suicide Squad, while maybe under the surface there may have been more going on, it felt a lot more like somebody just jerking themselves off to a lot of violence happening on the screen. And look, here, if you're doing a super violent DC Comics film adaptation, Suicide Squad's the one to do it with.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But even having that knowledge and being someone who has Suicide Squad comics and reads them and enjoys the ones that I own, I didn't have fun with that movie.
And that's fair.
It continually took me out of the film. It took me out of the space and out of the enjoyment. I was like, man, like I'm not having a good time right now. And it wound up being the case that even though I go circling back, one of the criticisms of that 2014 film being that, like, man, it felt like they were just kind of puffing up Harley the entire time. Yeah, you're right. And despite agreeing with those people
in
on
Guns
that,
or Ayers?
In Ayers.
Because I was going to say both.
Despite that, when I watched Guns, I wound up finding myself just wanting more Harley instead of everything else that was going on.
She was surprisingly way more fun in that movie than she'd been before.
I was just not having, like, the moments with Harley, I was enjoying. Everything else, I was like, man, I'm not having fun right now. I'm not having a good time.
And that's
I'm
fair.
glad that people that did have a good time with the movie did. Like, no disrespect to them. I didn't have a good time with that movie at all.
Totally fair.
Like,
I was just wondering where you were coming from. The thing is, like,
fun for me.
Like to your point about, you know, the Ayer movie made bank. To that point, like, that's where, as much as I really didn't like the Snyderverse, and I really don't like the grim darky when you go superheroes, from a, like, business standpoint, I got why we took that turn for the last decade. Like, people ate that up. Like, you see Suicide Squad, which is a bunch of nobodies, pretty much, outside of Harley, and it does zillions of dollars. Okay, yeah, let's go be super edgy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Andrew, I'm thinking, well, I'm up for one more. What do you think? How are you feeling? I know it's a little later for you.
Last match. Let's wrap after this one.
Let's do this. All right. Yeah, exactly, Mike. 4 Transformers movies made $1 billion somehow. I mean, sometimes there is just...
It's true.
I mean, like, I'll admit, did we talk last week where I was like, I saw the 5th one on a plane and it was like an actual, like, regret of mine where I put on the 5th one on a plane because I was like, oh, I've got time. I've never seen it. It should be something interesting.
I feel like you did say that.
Yeah, and then like I
still haven't seen it.
We landed and my friend was like, what's up, man? Because he was like a couple seats over, and I was like, I was mad. Like, I was actively like, I can't believe I watched that. But no, like, kind of like with you with dinosaurs, I just want to see like really cool cars, really big robots smashing into each other. It doesn't really go any deeper than that.
For sure. Yeah, like, I don't... Look,
yes, it
Mike
is,
and
Mike.
I love Mike to pieces. He and I disagree on a great many superhero comic book film adaptations, and we agree on a great many superhero film comic book adaptations when it comes to movies, and that's fine. I don't mind that at all. Like, we just come from different places on some of them. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't hold it against him. He and I both agree that the director's cut of the Daredevil movie is a billion times better than the original.
Movie, though. Like, it's actually a good movie. It's weird.
It absolutely is. We also agree that the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man films deserve way more credit than they get. They're incredible, even though they do have flaws.
Goomba face lizard, man. I'll never get over it.
Yeah. He and I vehemently disagree on Man of Steel.
He likes it, you don't? Right?
Yeah. He loves it. I absolutely hate it. But, you know, that's okay. We have the moments that we agree, we have the moments we disagree, and we have moments where we're kind of like, we kind of can meet in the middle.
That's humanity,
That's what it's
baby.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's about.
Man, not like you just made me think about this, but like I think I used to have a way softer opinion on like a positive opinion on Man of Steel. Like, oh yeah, like it's not a great movie, but I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I now think that might have just been me coping. Like, we don't get anything Superman ever, so like I'm going to like find something good in here to like, because I'm like, yeah, that like the new one's way better. I don't know what I really like from Man of Steel anymore now that I'm like thinking about it.
The only thing I like is the casting for Superman. For Clark. Henry Cavill was the perfect casting for Clark Kent / Superman, and he was completely wasted.
And like And he's the
And
only
it's sad.
one.
It makes me
The
depressed.
only,
Yeah.
Like,
You could throw out every single other casting from that movie.
I really don't like Amy Adams as Lois. Like, I actually
She is
like
a
Amy.
horrible Lois.
I like Amy Adams.
No,
Not
she's a great actress.
awful Lois.
She's a great actress. She's a horrible Lois. Yeah, agreed, 100%. She is a wonderful actress. Horrible, horrendous choice.
Who would you say? I'm gonna like answer this one too because it just popped in my head. Who do you think's worse, her or Superman Returns? I forget her name, like Kitty, whatever it was.
You'll have to rephrase. I'm not quite sure I understood.
What is to you? Who is the worst? Like, who is a worse like acting? Like, what was the worst version? The more terrible version of Lois? Was it Amy Adams's or was it whatever I was just saying that I'm blanking on because they're all coming for me? Who was I talking about?
The only version of Lois that I haven't physically watched myself was What's Her Face in the Superman and Lois TV show.
Well, no, that's what I was asking. Which one do you think is like the worst, like the more bad depiction of her? Is it Amy Adams or is it the one from Superman Returns? Like who was the worst performance?
Oh.
Like, which was the worst or Lois? I know it's an awkward question. I'm not saying it right, but
I was gonna say that's like, so both of these things are bad. Which one was the worst of the two?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yes.
That's honestly, I genuinely couldn't give you an honest
I
answer.
know, like that's why I was
because
like,
I haven't seen. I rewatched Man of Steel leading up to the Snyder Cut, which I regret watching because that was 4 hours of having a pineapple kicked up my asshole backwards.
First movie I've ever had to like pause and come back to. Like I was just like 2 hours in.
Yeah,
I can't do this, man. Like this is so much
I
noise.
wanted to, but I couldn't. I was like, I have to knock it out now, or I'm never going to.
And that's fair.
I haven't seen Superman Returns since it came out.
Fair. Yeah,
so I couldn't honestly compare the two. It could be that I find Amy Adams worse, or it could be that I find I don't even remember the gal.
That's what I mean. I think it's like Kitty
in
something.
Superman
I don't
Returns.
remember.
I genuinely don't remember because
without
it's been so
sitting
long.
and reviewing things, I think I might caution to say like Amy Adams is the worst Lois, but like the Superman Returns Lois is really annoying. Like she's just like mousy in a bad way. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
well,
like,
Lois shouldn't be mousy at all.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, she should be very confident. Like
Lois is a firecracker.
Again,
Like,
she
that's
throws
the
herself
whole
off
thing.
she throws herself off the Daily Planet for her interview with Superman.
Exactly.
With no safety net. She was just like, he'll come. I know he will. And then I got him.
She believed he'd come. She's a firecracker of a character, and that's kind of like why fans love her. And so when we got really wimpy, demure, completely unbelievable Amy Adams Lois in Man of Steel, like most of us Superman fans were like, what the hell is this?
And it was so weird because like she before that obviously like she'd been in stuff, like she had a career, like
Amy Adams is an incredible
Thank
actress.
you, Mike. That's Kate Bosworth. That's what it was. I don't know why I was saying Kitty.
Thank you, Mike.
Maybe because she looks like Kitty Pryde in my. She's like.
Maybe.
I'll show you pictures later. Like I think that's what I'm getting at. But anyway, yeah, neither of them are great. Nobody beats Superman the Animated Series. Although Superman
never.
and Lois comes close, and then what's her name? The new one comes.
I still
really
haven't
close.
watched a single episode of it.
You're gonna.
I've
like,
heard that it's really good.
No, what I'm saying is like you're
seen
gonna.
it.
Once you start, it's gonna be one of those ones that you are going to be like, I gotta get this. Like I'm going. Like, oh shit, it's Wednesday already? I have no idea where the week went. It's that good.
The hard sell for me was that despite how good of an actor he is, Tyler Hoechlin doesn't look like Clark Kent or Superman to me.
He doesn't? Okay, like
I've seen clips, and he plays the role.
And that's what I was gonna
Like
get
he
at.
absolutely plays the role. From
And
the
that-
clips that I've seen, I was like, wow, that's Clark. I'm like, I see him, and I'm like, you don't look like what you're playing, but you are playing the role.
It's pretty nuts. Like I'm right there with you.
It's a weird dichotomy for me.
I think it, you know, without getting super into it, because that could be another one of our like deep dives for 4 hours or whatever. But it almost is like evocative, kind of who Superman and Clark is, right? Like Clark doesn't look like Superman, but then the second he starts acting like Kal-El, you're like, oh, maybe he is. Oh, he is? Okay, that made sense. Like I definitely get that. And so like with him, it was really hard to sell it on me too, because I was like, he's handsome, yes, I can't deny that. He's buff, but he's not like, he was more compact compared to like a Jim Lee Superman over a like a Jerry Ordway Superman, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, don't know how I feel about that, but okay, let's, it's the. I think a lot of what got me over that hump was like, it's the CW. Were we gonna get Cavill? Like, no. Like, this is pretty good. Okay. So I got through that hump. And then it is like, you see him in Supergirl, he's kind of Superman-y. But then you get him in Superman and Lois, and it's like, his presence makes him Clark. And you're like, yeah, that's you, buddy. I see
like
it.
I said, I've seen some clips where it's like, man, that's Superman. But then I look at him and I'm like, man, you don't look like Superman to me. Yeah, we
Holy
did.
Crap.
We managed to go out on a W.
And it's still so funny to me, for anybody who doesn't know, Tyler Hoechlin is the actor who plays Superman on Superman and Lois. He also is the English language voice actor for Sephiroth. So he's literally like the greatest villain and the greatest hero at the same time, and it makes me laugh every time.
It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny, genuinely.
But yeah, all right, we went out on a W. That is nice.
I like going out on a win.
Let's see. I need to find the deleted. Let me find that deleted scene real quick between Wolverine and there it is. I think this is. Yeah, it's right here. So we'll pick that up. But let's see. Is that it? Oh my god. There it is. Okay. So I have it all pulled up. So, yes, guys, I hope you, okay, so first of all, let's see. We'll go back to the main page. We'll go back here. So first of all, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight on another episode of Foil Variant. I know it was a little different than what we usually do, but I actually, to be on my own personal opinion, I still think we had a lot of good conversation. I think it flowed.
Yeah,
we had a lot of
still talked comics.
I think we have something here. There's something more to explore here.
There might be something here on weeks where there aren't any truly noteworthy books to talk about that we genuinely cover.
Yeah. Maybe we'll quick hit you.
We just kind of like
this was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
We do a half-hour intro talking some comics, and then we jump into Marvel Rivals or whatever else,
and just hang out and talk to you guys. Because like talking to Mike, talking to Subhuman, everybody. I thought we went great places. Yeah, Mike says Hoechlin is my third favorite Superman. Reeve, Cornsweet, Hoechlin. I'd probably have to sit on it, but I think he's definitely in the top 3 for me. There's just. I'm sure we've all seen that scene. It's in the very first episode where it's showing his early days, and he's in the original costume, like the timely or not timely, the action comics.
Comics, yeah.
And he saves the kid from the old school car,
holding the car up, yeah.
But then the kid goes, "Cool costume," and he's looking up at him like a hero, and he goes, "Thanks, my mom made it," and then he just flies away, and I'm like. That's my boy. There you go.
I've seen that clip, and when I saw that clip for the first time, I was like, "Wow, that's Superman."
Right? Even right now, it's one of those ones where I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting goosebumps from that. That's crazy. It's so good." But yeah, guys, I hope you guys had fun hanging out with us. Join us again next week when we will probably have more things to talk about. We will probably finally talk about.
I have no idea what's coming out next week.
That's what we're about to do right here. When the outro's going, we're gonna look at what's coming next.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pull up Midtown and be like, all right, what am I dealing with next week?
But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. It was a super. I know I had a blast. Thanks. I'm sure Andrew had one too. I mean, he's still here. He's still putting up with me. But let's see. Before we get out of here, let's pull up that X-Men scene because it is very, very good. Let's see. Did I jump? All right. Make sure all the volumes are up and everything, and we'll go a little bit back just to test the volumes.
Honor, I guess.
Okay, cool. Actually, I can probably stand to turn that up a little bit because what is that, Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, that sounded like Inspector Gadget to me.
What do you think?
I think if you're going to read minds, there are safer places to start than Logan's.
And no, this is the end of one. There we go. This is the one.
Logan, if we do this, we do it as a team. Are you gonna have a problem taking orders?
I don't know. Give me one.
Put this on.
Whose is it?
It's one of mine.
So it's a little different than I remembered, but that's because Logan doesn't have an outfit, so he's like, I guess I'm gonna do this, and Scott's like, all right, yeah, you're gonna just wear this one, and so Wolverine's feeling like, oh, I'm finally in this, so he asks like, whose is this? Like, mine, and then Scott, I don't know if you guys can make it out because of the low quality, but Scott flashes like a smile, and he goes, that's mine, because he's like, you get to wear my suit, you asshole. You came in here, you're hitting on my girl and everything. Like, yeah, that's right. You have to wear mine. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share. There are good comic stuff out there, guys. Just not Ultimate Incursion. I don't know. That's really all I have. I don't have a fun sign-off.
Don't read Ultimate Incursion. What you should read is Ultimate Spider-Man and Uncanny X-Men. And you should pre-order Rippazine number 5 and read Blue Shift Tryouts, which is the short story debut by ya boy, featuring our Rippaverse solo speedster, Zephyr Arland, who is inspired by a great many speedsters within the archetype. And I worked incredibly hard on the design for that character, and it was refined by the great, incredible, god tier Kanan White. He helped me refine and clean up the design a little bit, but we are, I believe, like $200 away from hitting 50,000 on the pre-order sales for that zine.
Nice.
In the trailer, Jason Griffith, the almost decade-long voice of Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog, is the voice of my character, Zephyr Arland. And let me tell you, to have the voice of Sonic and Shadow, my favorite voice of Sonic and Shadow, and that's not just because he's the one doing it. No, this predates him being the one to voice my character.
I can actually confirm that. I can 100% confirm that.
He is my favorite voice actor for these characters when it comes to the games. Having him voice my speedster character is an immense blessing and incredible, and I cannot express how thankful I am for that opportunity and for the fact that he was willing to do that. It's amazing.
Hey, Loop.
Please check it out. I promise you, I think it's worth your while. It's a fun story. There's so much more to come if the fan response is such that they want more. Well, that is entirely up to the fans.
Look at this fan response we've got so far. Close out, trailer. I don't want to look at you anymore. Let's see. What we got? 2,000, like over the 2,000 mark. We're almost at that 50K mark. We're almost about to get the Andrew sketch or part of it. Like, look at the fans want it. The fans.
There is so okay. I'm gonna cover it up right now with my inking pens. But this sketchbook right here, behind these pens.
Whoa! Look at guy. You'll have to follow us on Whatnot when we go live at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Behind these inking pens is the original head sketch, the headshot sketch of Zephyr's design, and what I was initially trying to work off of before I evolved the design further to differentiate him more and make him more unique. And that was before Kanan put in his 2 cents as well. So we're about $200 away, $206 away from that $50,000 mark. I will reveal that entire initial head sketch at $50K, and then if we hit, it's a big ask. I acknowledge
it's not. Look at how fast he's going already. It's not that big of an ask.
If we hit 100 before the close of the pre-order window, which is on the 26th.
26th.
Yeah, 26th of this month, guys. That's about just over 2 weeks away. I will reveal the full Andrew sketch that is the more or less official, like
concept art,
of what his super suit is. And honestly, like if you, I should rephrase that. If we hit that 100K mark.
No, you were right the first time.
Then you will see that between my sketch there and the official like covers and the poster and the t-shirt, there are incredibly few differences. And that's because Kanan was like, man, I think there are only a few very minor tweaks I'd make to this for this to be like a legit amazing design.
Why am I saying, I've known that, you told me that, I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Yes, Kanan did say that. Like that's, I am pretty sure, like we keep joking and Andrew keeps joking that it's going to be a stick figure and it's going to look terrible, but I think you're going to reveal it and you're going to be like Jim Lee, where like you'll be really good, but
it's definitely not Jim Lee.
Well,
it requires a
no.
lot more refinement.
You're going to be like Jim Lee. It'll look great, but you're saying like, oh, I have the head sketch and I have the costume sketch. They're going to be the same pose. It's going to be the same sketch. I know you. Like that's how it's going to go. I know how Jim Lee does it.
Maybe. But guys, please check out Rippazine #5. I appreciate everyone who's supported it so far. This is my short story debut. This character means a lot to me. The story means a lot to me. Thank you to everybody who's supported it so far. The response has been incredible. I have people who are like massive, prominent fans within our Rippaverse community and fandom who have DM'd me or emailed me saying, like, I spend more time on this platform over here than I do on, say, maybe X or Instagram, who have like I've been sharing out the trailer and images that you guys have posted, and they're like, man, like I've never heard of these guys, but I want to check that out because they saw the character, they saw the design.
That's how you do it. See, and this is what can happen, guys. Buy Rippazine 5, you get more Blue Shift as we go down through the years, and then when everything eventually collapses, as every company does, Andrew can take this Steve Englehart style and he can take him to DC and be like, hey, Wally, guess what? Your long lost twin brother, Molly West. But like Mally, not like Mo, not a girl, but like Mally West. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Sure.
But yeah, guys, check out Blue Shift. Go get over there, pre-order your copies. Check out everything else they've got. They just released the pre-orders are open now for their Yaira like hardcover collection. You know more about that. It's not just Yaira #1, right?
It's Yaira #1,
it is. That's
2,
right.
and 3.
Okay, I was right. It is
so
most
it's
of them.
her complete first 3-issue arc, collected in both a softcover and hardcover option. The softcover was done by Mark Evans, who has done a lot of our painted style covers. It's a beautiful cover. And then the hardcover edition was done by Will Conrad, who is a pretty common industry name.
Yeah.
He did just a few years ago. He was on The Flash.
He was.
He's currently the main artist on Flash Gordon.
Oh, good for him.
Which is written by Jeremy Adams.
That's like one of those. I think you and I talked to, I think like Punk or Mike about this like a few streams back, where it's like we know that area of comics is doing like Flash Gordon and like Biker Mice and it, but it's like
the character has never interested me, but I know that among people who like Flash Gordon,
same, yeah,
that run is doing incredibly well.
Everything is going great for all of those. I don't know what you would call it, like 80s, 70s, 90s revivals things they're doing.
Yeah.
So
for
I'm
people
glad. Yeah, no, I'm really happy for you. Yeah,
they're thrilled. They're happy. Like awesome. I love hearing that people that are fans of a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Happy with the thing.
I was totally being complimentary. Like I don't know it, but I hear it's good. So good on him. Like
yeah,
I'm glad it's a big property. It's still lasting. Like It's
Will
Flash Gordon.
Conrad is an incredible talent. His work is S-class.
He very much so. So
his line art is amazing.
Go get your Will Conrad or Mark Evans covers over here. They're very beautiful looking. Like they're giant. They're blue. I don't know. I'm gonna just gush over like the design because that's what I'm a nerd about. I will say, oh damn it, is it not here? Oh, I gotta go back. This is the most Corey coded thing I've ever seen in my life. like our friend Corey, like
yeah, Corey, Cajun Corey.
Yeah,
hey,
like
Corey, get your hat.
just like yeah, that they made this specifically because they know only one person will buy it, and it's you, Corey. I mean, obviously, mean that with love. It would look good on you. But with that, we'll stop rambling. We'll stop digging ourselves holes with our friends, and we'll just say, go check out RIPPAVERSE. Follow us on our social medias. It's all down below in the description. Thanks for hanging out, and that's all I got.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for sticking with us through some good and rough matches on Marvel Rivals, and listening to some comic book and just general comic book adjacent geek talk.
Chattering,
we
yeah.
appreciate you guys.
Until next time, everyone.
Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good, but I've been...